What is up, everybody? Hot damn, I am fucking excited to be back. I apologize, we missed last Thursday. We had a cancellation, and I wasn't able to... I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide. I either wasn't able to rebook and find a last-minute guest to fill the slot, or I was too lazy to try. I'll leave it up to you guys. But nonetheless, I'm very excited to be back, you guys. This podcast, let me just talk about this for a second real quick. This podcast I have been looking forward to for so fucking long. This beautiful weirdo. I just can't tell you how much I love this guy. Everything about him. I love his vibe. He's a gorgeous dude. He seems like he's just an incredibly positive, inspiring, motivational dude. I hope you guys like him as much as I do. But before we get further into that, I want to do a couple things here. I want to give a big shout out, a huge fucking shout out to our new Patreons, Chad Erickson and Matt Peterson. Thank you guys so much for joining the family. This is really the best way, especially until we hit 1,000 subs and we can monetize directly through YouTube. This is the best way for you guys to support us. And you can join for general support just as low as $3 a month, and there's a couple more tiers, and we are putting new content in there now, especially that we actually have a few Patreons. We are going to start actually loading that shit up with extra content, stuff that you guys won't see or get to be a part of on the regular podcast. But again, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Chad Erickson and Matt Peterson for being the first two patrons. I also want to give another shout out, one more shout out to the Waffle Stomping podcast. Those guys have been huge for us as far as just spreading the word for us in Canada. I've watched the numbers grow in Canada ever since those guys discovered the podcast. So big shout out to them. The link is in the description. Make sure that you guys go check out the Waffle Stomping podcast. It's two Canadian dudes. They're absolutely over the top. I fucking love these guys. We've got some plans in the works, little collaboration effort between the two podcasts. So go check those guys out. Links in the bottom of the description. Also want to give a shout out to SweatyPedals YouTube. That's today's guest. That's Joey. We'll get into that a little bit more. But he's a game streamer. He's got almost 1,000 subscribers and followers on Twitch, and now he is launching his stuff on YouTube. So make sure you guys go over there. SweatyPedals, like you're sweating, like SWEATY, and pedals like you're pedaling a bike. Fucking hilarious. Love this guy. Make sure you guys go over there. He just started his YouTube channel, so make sure you go slap a sub on that bitch as well. And a big shout out to the other four dorkmen, or the other part of the four dorkmen of the apocalypse. Big shout out to Greg Chilton with the Ritual Madness podcast, John Wheeler over at Alchemical Cocktail Lounge, and of course Andy Oltman. Oltmans. I always forget that it's pluralized. It's Andy Oltmans over at Thrash Metal Studio. Make sure you guys check those guys out as well. All right, for today's sponsor of the podcast, as always, Shooter Lube. This is an official sponsor, and you guys get an exclusive discount for being the Extravaganza listeners. Make sure that you go over there and you use promo code SINGER at checkout to save yourself 10%. It's a two-stage cleaning system. I usually do a long monologue read. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to shorten these up, make them a little bit less annoying for you guys. But exclusive to Jared Singer Extravaganza listeners, you guys can go over to Shooter Lube and order their two-stage cleaning system and get 10% off. Plus, they also have free shipping on orders over $35 if you get the whole little package thing where they got the t-shirt and all that kind of shit. It's like $39 or something like that. So you guys get that, free shipping, and you get 10% off if you use the promo code SINGER. So join the revolution and go to shooterlube.com and use promo code SINGER to save yourself 10% at checkout. Also, promoting or sponsoring this episode of the podcast. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's wrong with me. I can never make it through these fucking ad reads, whether I'm reading them or I'm improvising them. It doesn't matter. I'm just a stumbling, bumbling mess. But Warner Elements is offering a very special offer for exclusively to the Ganza listeners. Okay, here's what it is. He just recently bought TC Bands. TC Bands is a sneaky little hosting site that basically any musician in this town, in the Twin Cities, for the last, I'd say 20 years, has been hosting our website and different types of content through TC Bands. Well, Werner Elements just purchased TC Bands. I think they're naming it We Host, like Werner Elements. See how it says We on the screen? So it's We. Ooh, We! And it's hosting, so I think it's going to be called We Host. But regardless, he's offering up a special offer exclusively to JSE listeners. So if you guys go just to WernerElements.com, You have the, actually, no, you go to tcbands.com. You have the ability to buy a domain and get your entire first year of hosting for as low as $60 right now, and that is exclusive for JSC listeners. Okay. Number two, if you want, give him a call or shoot him an email, and you will get a free consultation for any custom web design, whether you already have a website or you're looking to build one from scratch. Maybe you have like a Squarespace or you already have a Wix page and you're just not able to get that next level of punch. Go to Werner Elements, get a free consultation, and use promo code SINGER at checkout in order. And I mean, there's not really a checkout, you know, he offers you a deal. He gives you everything down to the penny, exactly what you're going to pay as far as a quote, and then as long as you use Singer when you're doing your deal with him, you're going to save another 10% off that. The 10% does not apply to the $60 web address and hosting service. That's not what it applies to. It applies to the contract if you hire him to customize. Again, whether you already have some shit or you need to build some shit. And this is for all you guys. Okay, here's the reality. Whether you're a musician, a podcaster, a comedian, maybe you got a small business on the side, it's your side hustle. Maybe you're trying to take your side hustle and go full time with it. Maybe you just want to have something for your hobby art to be up. Doesn't matter. Whether you're my boy Greg trying to do some tie-dye. He's got his own website. Bet your ass he does. ritualmadnesspodcast.com, bitches. So make sure you guys go to wernerelements.com. Okay, that's WERNER elements.com, and you can get 10% off whatever contract you negotiate with him, whatever your custom design needs are, and go to tcbands.com right now, and you can get, specifically because you're a listener to this podcast, you can get your own domain and a year of hosting for as low as $60. So get on that shit. All right, enough with that stuff. I want to just say thank you guys for everything that you've done. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, slap the thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. That way you know when we're going live next time. You get notifications for everything, including when I pre-upload and schedule shows out in advance. You'll also get notifications for those. I also need to plug something very, very exciting. We're doing a 420 special. We're doing a 420 special, but because 420 is my anniversary, yes, got married on 420. Because I got married on 420, we're not doing it on 420. We are going to pre-record this bad boy on Saturday the 17th. And because we're pre-recording it, and we're going to let it air and premiere on YouTube as if it's live, we wanted to open up the ability for you guys to come hang out with us. So what we decided to do is we're putting it behind the Patreon wall. Now hear me out, don't freak out, but we're putting it behind the Patreon wall for $2. Okay, you can go to my Patreon, sign up exclusively at that very, very low $2 tier. It's special access to the 420 special. You can come hang out with us, comment, interact live, just like everything is normal. And then is what's going to happen is if you don't want to pay the $2, that's fine. It will premiere and you can watch it for free on 420 at 420, just like a normal podcast. You don't have to pay for this one to watch, but if you guys want to hang out with us and chat and interact like you normally would, we are charging $2 for the ticket for it. The reason we're doing that is just so you have, only reason we're doing this is because we have to pre-record it. And because we have to pre-record it, I want to somehow be able to give you guys the access to still be a part of it. So all you got to do is go to my Patreon, patreon.com/JaredSingerLive, sign up for the lowest tier, $2. Once it's over, you can just cancel. Okay, if you're already a member of Patreon, if you're already a patron, I should say, you already have access to it, so don't worry about it. Okay, this is only for people who haven't joined the Patreon, but they want to join and be a part of that specific 420 special. If you don't want to pay for it, just wait, and it'll premiere on 420 at 420. All right, enough said. Joey Moya, that's my guest for today, and I can't tell you how excited I am. He is a full-time content creator. He is a Twitch streamer. He is a YouTuber now. He is a full-time musician. This is all he does. These are my favorite kind of people. So without any further ado, I don't want to sit here and blow his wad for him. I want you guys to meet him and get to know him. I hope you guys love him as much as I do. Without further ado, let's give it up for the all-encompassing Joey Moya.
So I started listening to Two Bears, and I started listening to YMH, and then I just got fucking hooked. And I was like, well, I want a podcast now.
Interesting. It got stuck here. What's going on?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, it's not. There we go. Now can you see
Bring
us?
me in. Bring me in.
What the fuck is going on now?
Fade me in, daddy.
What the fuck is going on?
You gotta make
We're
it
live.
smooth, though.
They can hear us.
Yeah, that's perfect. But you gotta fucking you gotta make it worthwhile. All right, smooth us in. Give me a fade.
What is going on with this camera?
I don't want a fucking quick transition, man.
Dude, I have no idea what's going on with that camera. It's on. I can clearly see it's on.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I know what it is. Hold on. There we go. Ah, you got the cut transition.
Damn it! I'm a stinger guy. You know, I like to sting.
Sorry, buddy.
I like to come.
Should
in
we try
with
it again?
Pointy. Yeah,
let's,
do it again.
Let's try it again. Let's try it again.
Rip into it. Yeah! Hell yeah!
There we go, baby.
All right, man.
All right, we made up for it. Sorry for that, guys. You got 2 intros. You got 2 for the price of 1. Joey Moya, thank you for being here, my brother.
What's up, Jared?
It's great to meet you and get to know you.
Dude, likewise, man.
A lot of people that have been on the podcast, I know them and have known them for a while, or at least they're like a friend of a friend. Right? And so we know of each other, whatever. Or we played a ton of shows together, whatever. You're not the first, but you're one of the few that I have had on the podcast that I found online and just I just immediately fell in love. Like, oh my God, this dude's awesome. I got to get this guy on the podcast. Because, dude, from your goofy Facebook posts or Instagram posts, whatever, I don't even remember where I found you initially, to the content you're putting out, I was like, this dude's exactly... We need more of these people in Minneapolis, because usually people like you are in New York or LA. You know what I mean? Because they got to go to make it. And I'm like, this dude bought in. He like just invested in himself. And so explain to people exactly what I'm alluring to, because you describe yourself as a full-time content creator.
Yes.
The fuck does that mean for people that don't already know?
Well, the most important thing I need to address right now, and we'll circle back to this, is the fact that I've been in your house for like an hour, and you've already made fun of my height, you know? So
I did not.
No, you did. You did, okay? So I had to go piss in a sink, all right? And you said I wasn't going to be tall enough. You said I was going to need a booster. You offered me a goddamn booster. Let me tell you.
These are false allegations. None of these words came out of my mouth. None of these words came out of my mouth. These were all implied by him.
I built a box, okay, in my band that I stand on. We call it the tranny box. It's got a 79 Trans Am front end on the front of it.
No shit.
Yeah, and it's like an ego riser, man.
Yeah.
And I always joke with the crowd. I'm like, I fucking built this thing because they think they like to call me short. Now I'm taller. Now I'm taller.
Now I got a foot on you fucks.
Now what?
Who's the short one now?
I bring a stage to the stage.
So you're obviously a musician. So tell people about your band real quick. I want to plug everything as soon as possible. So what band are you in?
I'm in Unkle Daddy.
Exactly. One of a perfect example of what I've talked about on this podcast hundreds of times. Great band names and terrible band names. That is an elite level band name. You win a little new metal on the bit because you threw a K in there, but I'm going to let that one slide because technically, if you go into certain dialects of English, it is spelt with a K. So I'll give you that one.
Is that true?
I believe so, yeah. Because I've seen that written that way hundreds of times.
I've seen it written like that with like a backwards N from a child in crayon.
Sure.
But honestly, I can take absolutely no credit. So
Did you just refer to yourself as an autistic 3-year-old with a crayon?
All I'm saying...
Don't talk about yourself like that.
All I'm saying is the band name came from the boys. So it came from a little adventure with them, maybe involving a little psilocybin, maybe not. I don't know. Allegedly.
We will not confirm nor deny these allegations.
There's no confirmation or denial. But yeah, fun summer party, and they were all just talking about someone that was a dunkle, someone that was a dad and uncle. And now I just tell people, man, it's because we're here to party like your uncle and love you like your daddy.
Oh my God, that's great. I love it. And you're the lead vocalist, correct?
I am.
So was this your vision? did you start this band or did they already have something going and you joined later?
Yeah, no. If you really dig into the band, you'll start to notice that I'm just like blessed to have those dudes because they're fucking awesome. And I kind of suck. And then I just look real pretty and bang my head hard and people think I'm good. And then the magic wonders of the recording studio.
That's a really good way to not answer my question.
I'll do that. I'll do a whole bunch of that.
You should run for office.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Who
dude.
started the band?
It was those boys. So it was Daddy D, Derek, my lead guitarist, and the drummer Weber, and Danny Boy on bass. So they're all childhood friends, and they were friends of Skip. And Skip came a little bit later. And then I found those guys on Facebook like Marketplace or whatever. So
did you join that band before you started doing all this other stuff you're into?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, dope. So this is one of the older things. So let's do this. Let's play a song right away because I changed my Stream Deck. I didn't create a special scene for you. You asked me about that. No, I didn't do that. But what I did do is I did rearrange my Stream Deck so I can have way more media clips and sources. So let's jump in. Let's play a song real quick here, so people can get a vibe for the band. As soon as I remember how this whole thing works.
You got this.
All right, I do got this. All right. I don't remember what order these are in, but I believe this is Daddy's Home.
Oh, we'll know. We'll know.
We'll know right away. Is it gonna queue up?
The silence.
Is it gonna queue up?
The pregnant pause.
There we go.
Daddy's home! Let's go!
Man, you're right. That did hit like a big bag of dicks.
It's like a ton of dicks.
Just a big bag of dicks.
Oh,
just
yeah.
slapping you in the face all at
Right
once.
out of nowhere, too.
No, it's a
like,
banger, dude. I
unexpected.
dig it.
Thank
I dig
you.
it a lot, man.
Thank you.
Somebody told me, a couple people, they really liked the promo flyers I did this week.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, here's the deal, man. I think I even said this to you. I get a good picture, I get a good track, and that's what I have to work with. You know, sometimes I don't get a picture from people at all because they just don't have anything that works. It's tough. Like, even some people get high-res photos, and it's like, none of these are working, you know?
Right.
They're always tough if they get the band shots. I just started telling people finally. I was like, no band photos. Like,
Right.
if you don't have solo high-res photos, don't even bother. We'll just do graphics in the background or something.
I mean, that
like
makes
but
sense. To be fair,
It's a banger of a track, dude.
Thank you. Matt Grosso, Cloverleaf Audio and Video Productions.
So how long have you guys been doing the Unkle Daddy shit?
So we got together. I joined the band on April 1st, 2018.
No shit.
And that's no joke.
And I found you last year in 2020.
Okay.
I had to be. Because I'd kind of like watched, because I do this with a lot of people. Like, I'll watch for a while and like see what they're doing. Like, you know, because you might just come up with like one banger song, right? Or like one funny video. And then 3 months later, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So it was a while before I actually hit you up. And I can't remember who it was. It was either Facebook or Instagram, but one of them kept like recommending you to me. Like, this is somebody, like, suggested friends or people you should follow or whatever the thing is. And dude, I don't remember what picture it was, but that shit had me dying, dude. And I was like, all right, I'll check this dude out. And I saw you were in a band. I was like, oh, that's cool. That makes sense. And yeah, I'm only like 7 days into not drinking for the month, so I can't recall. My memory's still not great. I can't remember what it was, but I remember there was something. I don't remember if you had short shorts on. Like, you're a big fan of these short shorts. Explain the short shorts before we get to the next venture that you're in.
Listen, man.
By the way, I have a pair of short cutoff jeans, and I wear them in the hood, like while I'm out doing lawn work and shit.
Man.
Dude, for real. And people just look at me like I'm insane. And sometimes I'll have my gun with me too, and I'll make sure you can see it. It's like in my holster. It's so
what a
funny,
look.
dude.
What a statement.
I can't wait to get a cutoff tee.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, if you got a pair of scissors
for your cutoffs,
it really comes from the boys. Okay, these guys were ripping the jorts long before old Joey was even thought about. Let me tell you. But I mean, when I came in hot, they let me fucking know. They adopted me into the denim, and April is Denim Awareness Month. I'm not sure if you know this.
Because denim is a cancer.
Daddy does denim, okay? And April is Denim Awareness Month. And damn, it's abbreviated to damn.
Oh my God.
So we just try to let the people know that there's a better fabric out there, okay? And you could be encompassed in it, all right? From head to toe, really. The Canadians got it right. The deal is, you know, if it's summer and you're feeling fucking warm, just pull the bottom off.
Do you remember cargo pants that had the zipper at the knee so you could turn them into cargo shorts?
Yes, and that brings me into the best next point, which is convertible bell bottoms, of course. It's a natural evolution of going from jeans or dungarees, as my dad used to call them, to jorts.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, you can get an entire uniform, really.
Okay, so I got another question before we go. Is that where you got, this is actually a pretty good segue. So is that where you got inspired when you started doing the streaming? Is that where you got inspired to do the goofy outfits?
Well, when I started doing the streaming, I had a lot of jorts in the closet, and a lot of what I did for the streaming, like in all seriousness, was because I missed performing. I missed performing with the boys, man. Fucking.
Is that how it started?
It is and it isn't. So video games have been there for me. Like, I joke all the time, man, that like.
But the streaming, didn't necessarily start because of COVID.
No.
Okay.
No, I gave a little stab at streaming with like a basic bullshit little camera.
And that's because your ancient love of video games.
My ancient, yes, archaic love of video games from like way back whence. When, yeah, I joke all the time that Mario and Princess Peach were my real parents because they raised me, you know? They did the heavy lifting.
Oh, fuck, man. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, dude.
No, but I mean, video games were always there. I loved them. I stopped playing video games so I could start my career in manufacturing, and I worked my way up to a mechanic and stuff like that. And I played music all along. You know, I kind of fell in and out of music as I moved over to Minneapolis from New York. I'm from New York originally, so it's kind of funny that you mentioned that. But I moved over here when I was like 23. And I've been here since 2010. And came out, got a job, bought the house, did the whole fucking thing, man. And I just never really quite felt right unless I was on stage until I found streaming. And I found streaming just because I really wanted to find a way that was free to like advertise Unkle Daddy, because we came out with the album. It was amidst the pandemic, so we can't go out and play shows. We can't push the album. That's unfortunate. I thought it was a good idea, and it's Joe Rogan's fault, really. I'll probably write him a letter after this. He was like, oh, it's a great time to release like because everyone's going to be home, you know, so release movies, release media. I was like, damn it, I'm going to release some media right now.
Right.
And honestly, I blame that, but it was like the album was recorded, and I'm like, we're releasing it now. It wasn't really just my decision. I'm making it sound like that, but that's how it felt. It was like, man, we got to release this. I'm antsy. You know, I make a TikTok and I'm like, I know I should look at the analytics. I know I should figure out the exact perfect time to release this, but I just finished it at 3:15 in the morning, and it's going out at 3:15 and 15 seconds in the morning. Right. It's just the way my shortcoming as a short. Yeah.
People talked about that when I first started my YouTube channel. They're like, oh yeah, it says the best time to put your video out is at this time of day. And I'm like, here's the thing is, if that's the best time and everyone puts their videos out at the best time, it's no longer the best time. Like, it really isn't. And so then I started is what I do is I'd post them at like 7 a.m., you know?
Yeah.
And I noticed that was pretty good. It actually worked for a while. But it really doesn't matter, because here's the thing is, if your content's good, people like it, they hit the thumbs up, they watch it for more than 10 minutes, it gets recommended into somebody who has a similar taste in digesting that type of content. At least that's how YouTube works. I don't really understand any of the other algorithms like I do YouTube, and I really don't actually understand that algorithm either, but
let's be honest,
it's a thankless bitch. YouTube is a thankless bitch. Like, it is a black hole that will crush any sense of confidence or ego you have going in. Yeah. We joke about this on the podcast a lot. We used to regularly and easily get 500 to 1,500 people to come to our show, pay us real money to come watch us play music for, depending on how many bands you were there to see, maybe just 40 minutes. If you were lucky and you liked all 4 bands, then you got 3 actual hours of music out of it. To get people to hit that red subscribe button is insanely difficult. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm saying I'm surprised and shocked. And if you go into YouTubing with any confidence thinking, well, I have a following, they'll jump in, like, slow down. Because, like, it's a little rough. What is that journey like on Twitch? Because you're about to hit 1,000, what is it, followers they're called?
1,000 followers, yep. And I'm actually not that far in subscribers.
And you make money off Twitch already, because early in Twitch, before you hit 1,000, people can donate right away, correct?
So what you need to do in order to become a Twitch affiliate, which is essentially when they hire you and then they send you a W-9, you fill it out, it's like an application, and then they hire you, so you're able to receive donations and bits and subscriptions, which is their kind of like little ecosystem and the way that it works. In order to hit affiliate, you have to have a certain number of followers. You have to have at least 50 followers. You have to have at least 3 people watching in any given time. So you have the rolling year for YouTube with the 4,000 hours. On Twitch, you have like a rolling month. Within the last 30 days, you have to have an average of 3 people watching at all times. And you can't just like set it up by, you have to stream a certain number of hours. I believe it's 12 hours and 7 days. So as long as you hit all those, you tick all those boxes, you become a Twitch affiliate. And
that sounds insane, but I remember looking at it and like once you just think about it, it's like super doable.
it is. It's doable.
For that first thing, for that 50.
The 50, absolutely. Yes. The 50 is very doable. What people tend to struggle with, and that you start to reach outward, myself included, is getting 3 people at any given time to watch you because nobody knows who you are. Right. And Twitch has this, the way Twitch is set up, it's not like YouTube where you go and you search like, musicians or this, or you're looking up music and now they'll find the Jared Singer podcast because the algorithm puts you in the search. There's no search. People aren't searching. They go in, they look who's on out of the, 20 people that they've already followed that they like, and they fucking go to that person. And if you're lucky, and I say lucky, if you are already completely established and you have 500 to 1,000 people following you, maybe they'll put you on the top of their page, you know what I mean? Or if you're growing or something like that. And they're starting to change that because I think they're getting threatened by YouTube streamers and Facebook streamers now, because YouTube is starting to pull away a lot of people. There's a big debate whether
we talked about this.
Yeah.
And it's a hot debate right now.
Yes, it is.
Because from what I've heard is it's DMCA. Those are, I don't know what it stands for. I don't know that.
Nobody knows.
For people, but it's basically their copyright strikes that you get from using licensed background music.
Correct.
And they allegedly, I don't know about this, but I shouldn't even say allegedly. So what happened, because I've read multiple articles about this, they released like a playlist or something, or a group of songs, or a library of music that was supposed to be DMCA free, and then they still got DMCA strikes for it. A lot of those streamers did, because that went bad. And then worse off, they didn't just make it going forward. They made all you guys who are streamers retroactively go back and re-edit that music out of your videos.
Right.
And for certain guys who have thousands and thousands of videos, they were like, I'm out. Like, I'm just going to move to YouTube then. And then I've also heard, and I don't know if this is true, but I've heard once you monetize, like, so maybe that's the difference here is when can you start making money? You said 50 followers?
50 followers.
As long as you meet those other benchmarks?
Yeah.
And then what's the next level above that? 300?
So the next level above that is going to be partner, and then you have to have streamed another certain amount of days. But really the metric that matters is the one that it's really difficult to hit, because I've hit all the metrics for partner.
Simultaneous viewers.
Simultaneous viewers, which is not simultaneous, but simultaneous average viewers for the past 30 days. So that's 75. So you're going from 3 to 75 at any given time, and that is a tough metric to make.
What's the monetary boost you get there?
That I don't know. I haven't even looked into it because I'm not even close. I'm at 25 right now.
You're averaging 25.
I'm averaging 25.
And you got almost 1,000 followers on that motherfucker. And I think that's what people are talking about is like it's harder to monetize on YouTube because you need 1,000 subs minimum, and you have to have a rolling 4,000 hours of view time in a calendar year. But I think is what they're trying to say is once you get to those 2 simple benchmarks, like you make way more money. And I still don't really understand how or why. Maybe it's just ads. Maybe it just is as simple as that.
Yeah, it is ads. And what you're going to see is a longer commitment to get to monetize on a YouTube channel, where I have friends that 3 days after they got into Twitch and made an account and started streaming, they got a fit.
I want to do something.
Let's hit it.
So a lot of people don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I mean, they know what we're talking about, but I want to see if we can help you out here a little bit. This fucking thing. Now I understand why everyone complains about this shit.
Can I, instead of laughing out of context, can I just say that some of the comments on the video are pretty freaking good, man. Shorts. I love that.
These comments?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some of these guys I don't know, so they must be your buddies. Welcome, guys. JD Rock and Roll. I appreciate the love, hanging out with us and throwing the comments in the chat. Steel Corner. I think that's actually I think I do know who that is. I think I know exactly who that is. I think his name is Brad. I'm pretty sure that's Brad because he said, "What's up, Jeremy?" Jared, and I'm pretty sure that's Brad. That's Logan's dad from Stormbreaker. I'm pretty sure. He's an awesome motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Derek, that must be your boy.
Oh yeah, that's Daddy
Derek
D.
Grant, Daddy D.
Do the boys proud, dude. I'm trying, man.
So let's see if we can help you out here. I'm gonna play a clip. If I set this up correctly, I'm gonna play a clip from your YouTube thing, and it's sort of like I guess it's almost like an ad or like I don't know. I'm just gonna play it. We're gonna see what happens here.
What's up, everybody? I need to get way better at making videos, so I'm gonna become a montage master, and you guys are gonna have a bunch of dumb shit to watch. Stay tuned. Here we go. Muscles, channels, spirits. In 2021, let's grow, baby.
Oh yeah, YouTube. This is SweatyPedals coming at ya. Coming in hot. Full-time content creator / musician. And I want to know. Tell me, how does your favorite streamer get you hype? Around here, we got a little something called Unkle Daddy Karaoke. And this song is unreleased. It's called The Devil Is in the Deep.
Soft and smooth. You see me looking, I see you looking too. I'm drooling over you. This boy is overdue. So what's it gonna be? You know what I need. I need you, baby, like the way that you need that green devil. You know what I mean? Oh, little mama ain't got what you see. Now, baby, give it to me. God damn, little mama. Boys keeping hard rock hard. Those other fellas gotta pay to play. If you want that, you better come my way. Honey got legs for a day. Won't you come my way? Honey got legs for a day. know what I mean? Oh, little mama, ain't got what you see. Yeah, baby, baby, give it to me. God damn, little mama, I'm begging, I'm pleading. I need you, baby, like the way that you need that green devil. You know what I mean? Oh, little mama, ain't got what you see. Yeah, baby, baby, take it from me. God damn, little mama, you know what I need. I need you, baby, like the way that you need that. I need you, baby, like the way that you need that. I need you, baby, like the way that you need that green.
All right. So the reason I wanted to play that is because people don't really understand what streaming is versus like a podcast. People don't understand that you can do anything over there. And I've been encouraging people for months on this podcast, different guests, like whatever you do, start streaming it on Twitch.
Yeah.
It may not work on YouTube. Like you can definitely live stream on YouTube, but you got to have a very, very specific game plan going in. But on Twitch, it's specifically just designed to watch you do whatever the fuck it is you're doing live.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that do knitting, painting,
Just
drawing.
chatting. Just chatting.
Yeah, they'll just sit there and just talk.
Yep.
Um,
That's the one that blew my mind the most is just chatting.
it's like a podcast, like what we're doing, but Bill Burr style, directly to chat.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Kind of mind blowing if you really think about it.
Yeah, dude. It's the whole thing is incredible, and it's the coolest thing about technology is we're discovering things that I've never had the chance to discover in the early 90s or the late 90s or early 2000s. They're new. They're now, I mean, podcasting's been around for a while. Streaming's been around for a little bit. I know that Amazon bought Twitch back in 2014. That's why you guys can actually subscribe for free to my channel if you connect your Amazon Prime to Twitch. Shameless plug, right?
Is that really how that works?
Yeah, you can actually subscribe to any streamer of your choice for free once a month. You just go and subscribe to their channel, and it helps them out. But
So you get one per month, or you get one and you can switch it each month?
you get one, and you can switch it each month to the streamer of your choice, or
Oh,
you
that's
could just
cool.
leave it on me because I'm awesome.
That's awesome. Maybe I'll fucking do that because I know I have Amazon Prime. I know I have a Twitch account, and I think I linked them. I don't know.
It's like Prime Gaming is what they call it. And you can go in. It's really easy to find. It's like prime.gaming.
And where can people find you on Twitch?
I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/SweatyPedals. That's pedals with a D, not a T, because it's not like some weird romantic fantasy where you're laying flowers down on the bed after Valentine's Day. It's talking about the pedals on the spin bike, baby.
Yeah, that's okay. Perfect. These segues are on fucking point tonight. We're on fucking fire tonight, boys. Because that shit had me dying. Like again, when I discovered you, I alluded to this earlier. I click on this fucking Twitch video or this link, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? This is hilarious. This dude is in short shorts, riding a bike, wearing Macho Man Randy Savage glasses, fucking playing video games. And then the name made sense too, because for the longest time, I'm thinking music, sweaty pedals, guitar pedals, like, or drum pedals, you know, kick pedals and shit. And I'm like, that's a fucking weird ass name, Sweaty Pedals. Like, does he make, like, is that a brand name? Like, does he make, I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, does he make guitar pedals? I don't fucking understand what it is. And then I saw the video and I was like, now it all makes sense. It's like sweaty because he's working out, right? And he's on the bike. I
Yep.
get it. It's fucking genius.
And yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
It
dude.
is only referring to me working out, because they'll actually like say that people are sweaty when they play video games because they're like sitting in their chair sweating because they're concentrating so hard. No, I'm not that good. So they call them sweats when they're super good at the game. They're like, oh, they're sweats. Be careful. You know, these guys are really difficult to kill, or they killed me. No, I'm not that. I'm just literally sweaty.
That's hilarious, dude. So do they don't call them tryhards anymore?
Oh, they do.
Okay,
They get a
so
little
tryhards
try
is
hardy,
still
a
thing.
little sweats, but sweats is shorter. You know, when you got your comms on, you got to talk to your teammates real quick before you hear the footsteps. You got to just say sweats.
So what's the game of choice? Like, what's the jam? Not necessarily that's popular or fun right now, but what's the go-to? Is it Call of Duty?
It is Call of Duty. It's Warzone, and honestly, like it also is the most popular. So there's a lot of there's a lot of debate, and honestly, I think the debate is kind of crushed on one side, where people say that it's better to stream less popular games when you're starting out because you'll be able to obtain an audience a little bit easier. And that's, again, because of the way that Twitch works. You go on, you want to watch someone live. You go on YouTube, 98.9% of YouTube is there to research videos, maybe watch something longer format while they cook. Maybe it used to be like watch a podcast, Joe Rogan podcast when he was on there, or like YMH or something like that. That's what I used to do, or I would want to fix my car.
Gotcha.
You know?
So when you get on and you're playing Call of Duty and you're doing these game streams, you're doing like 8 hours.
Yes.
It's like a job.
Yeah.
And then people can donate because you're over that 50.
Yep.
And they can subscribe already. So if somebody subscribes, you get paid, right? As soon as you have the 50 and the 3, all that other shit, you get paid from subscribers and from donations. I don't want you to necessarily say how much money you're making, obviously, but you're making enough already on Twitch where you're like, I'm now a full-time content creator.
Yeah.
So explain what a day of that is like. Like, you wake up and you're not fucking around. You're not eating Doritos and getting high all day and playing video games. Like, I don't think people understand, like, you run this like a business. Like, you guys have you treat it like a real job, almost like a professional athlete. Like, you guys segment your shit out. Explain that for people.
Yeah, I don't want you to talk me up too much because I'm not the most responsible person that's ever lived. But I'll tell you what, I don't get high and eat Doritos. Neither of those. No, what I do, man, is I actually have I'll have the stream, and I'll either set up a time with co-streamers. That's typically what my day looks like now, is I'll set up an early time with co-streamers to do a stream. And then after that stream, I will go through and make content typically for the next day, right? Because Twitch, through contract, once I became an affiliate, they own my content for the next 24 hours. So technically, I shouldn't be releasing that content anywhere else. But it keeps coming back to this point that I want to make, which is that Twitch does not really help new streamers. It doesn't really help them to help people that are just starting and haven't proven themselves. It's a good lesson for things in life, which is that people, when you start grinding and you start helping you, people start helping you. But if you never reach that point where you start pushing and you start grinding to get somewhere, then Twitch isn't going to reach out and help you and put you on their like recommended pages or anything like that. The only possible way that you're going to get help in that situation is through what's called a raid, or somebody that's just being nice enough to scroll to the bottom of the page and find someone with 0 or 1 viewers, which you might have thousands of people on Call of Duty at the same time. So you're scrolling through thousands and thousands of people in order to get to find you. Like, what are the odds? The odds are not in your favor to be found in that situation.
So with that being said, do you jump on the... Oh, by the way, shout out to Cloth. Thanks for letting us know about the new audio. We're experimenting with some shit. Let me know if it sounds better, if it's too loud, if it's too quiet, any of that shit. Joey brought over some expensive mics. We're seeing how it sounds. Yeah, that's how we roll here. We do shit on the fly. I can already see that I kind of overcompensated a little there and turned mine down a little low. But so with that being said, with the Call of Duty thing,
yeah,
because I wouldn't. It sounds like 500 followers and even 25 people watching on average from the people I've talked about. That's extremely good.
That's extremely good.
Like, that is a big deal. Like, that is, it sounds so, these numbers we play with, John Gens, I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I got to put this in context because this is something that, this is how my brain ticks, right? Is comparing these numbers we talk about. So, like, even comedians versus musicians, like, if you get 500 people or even 200 people to a comedy show, you're the next thing. Like, people are like, wow, that's the guy or the girl or whatever.
Yeah.
200 shows is like the bare minimum. 200 people at a show is the bare minimum for you to like have any respect on the local scene. You know, just the lowest level of the music industry in Minneapolis. If you don't get 200 people to a show, like, you're only getting booked because people like your band and they want to help you book shows. Like, You see what I'm getting at here?
Yes.
So it's so much easier because we're looking at 500 to 1,500 people as a nice good show, whereas that's 200 to 250 for them. So when we start looking at streaming and stuff like that, people see The Rock and they see Joe Rogan with 10 million followers on Instagram and fucking 3 million views. And so there's this weird perception that unless you're doing those numbers, you're failing.
Right.
And that is not true. So like the supporters and the viewers of this place can understand, you know, even though we're only doing less than 500 views on each video right now, I think the best one we have is like around 400 or almost 400 or something like that. But they continue to grow over time, right?
Right.
It's really a distorted perspective that unless you're doing these huge numbers, you're failing. Twitch is even more so because it's strictly rated, and your like your street cred in game streaming is how many people are currently watching. So to even get 25 people hanging out with you on average, that means some days you got 40 or 50.
Yeah.
That means some days you got 10.
Yeah.
That is impressive. So to make that climb to 75, you said, does that, when you get burnt out on the Call of Duty shit, you know, because like you said, it's the most popular game, so there's thousands of people probably on Twitch, so it's not gonna help you by playing a popular game. This is what I'm interested in. The podcast for me seems easy because all I have to do is find somebody I find interesting, get them to come over and hang out with me for a little bit and hit record.
Yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of fucking production headache that goes with it all, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty easy for me. I don't have to worry about content. You guys have to worry about like what game you're playing, what game's hot, like how are you doing? Like it's more of a performance. So do you start trying to do that? Do you worry about like the trends, like Among Us? That was a big game. I don't know if it still is for streaming. Did you jump on that train? Like, do you do that or do you stick to your niche? Like some guys just do Minecraft or whatever.
Well, the thing is, dude, I do what I have fun with, because if I'm not having fun, the vibes are off, dude. And that's, I mean, anything in like it's like a band. You know, you could be in the most absolutely like sick, technically on band, but it's never gonna match the performance of a band of 5, 6 dudes or whoever just having a blast, just having fun. There's something about the performance when people are having fun or showing love in a way that you want to be part of. And I'm not saying that being an awesome technical musician is not a thing in its own. It absolutely is. But it's not my thing. I'm not an awesome technical musician. I'm going to go out there and rip and have a blast fucking kind of musician. So if you want to see someone go out there and rip and have a blast, then that's the type of musician I can be, and that's who I want to be. But I can't stand up and do something that I can't. So my point in this analogy is that that's what I do on stream. So if Call of Duty is what I'm having fun with, that's what I'm going to be playing. And honestly, I've been branching out because I've been having fun with games like Rocket League and Apex Legends, stuff like that. But I also play a couple other games that honestly, I'm not fun. Like I'm not. I'm just sitting there being a tryhard, and so I don't stream it.
That's what's interesting about that Among Us game is like it has spurts of excitement unless you're watching a specific streamer. Because it was weird. Like I was trying to figure out what the whole thing was, right? And there's a bunch of these big streamers that are now doing shit on YouTube, and I realized they were doing what you were talking about, like co-streaming, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. So I was able to go find all of these people streaming the same game with each other at the same time on the same platform, YouTube. And I would switch between them based on who was more entertaining, right? I'd be like, oh, this person seems funny because you're hearing them in the chat. And you're like, I want to watch that person the rest of the time. Because especially with that game, you can only hear the person you're streaming during the actual gameplay.
Right.
You only hear everyone in those cutscenes. At the table or whatever. I apologize for guys that don't know what we're talking about for this game, but regardless, that's a weird one because like it's only the suspense and the arguing and the like character bashing and the lies and the cover up that's actually entertaining. It doesn't seem like something like you just said where like I'm not fun when I play that game.
Right.
So it's just a weird fucking game. It blows my mind, man, and it seems like a lot of stress and a lot of work. That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't seem like, to me, it doesn't seem like that much fun.
Let me tell you, dude,
It seems like you're having fun, but I don't think I would have that much fun.
I don't know if you would, man. And I don't know if a lot of people do or have tried it. And it just seems like anything else in life, there are people that are kind of cut out for doing it. The thing about video games is, I grew up in a way where you go to your friend's house and you sit down and there was only like one controller anyway, or maybe two, and you're watching two people play and the other people are sitting around, fucking around and honestly, it'll be like Resident Evil or Silent Hill, and you just give the controller to the dude that's the best at it, and you guys are all like yelling at him or saying shit. That's what a stream is.
That's what GTA was for the longest time. Remember when that shit first came out?
Yeah, man.
It was single player,
Yep.
And fucking... It was amazing because 4, 5, 6 dudes would say, and every once in a while he'd be like, "You guys want to play?" We'd be like, "No, we're good."
Yeah,
like
exactly. And
you just keep going. It's more fun to just sit here and yell at you and tell you what to do.
Yeah, you do you. And at some point, it's almost like my stream has that, like, I would almost equate it to like the. You ever been the sober driver and you got 4 people all drunk in the car trying to tell you where to go, and you're like, just fucking calm down,
One
let me
person.
drive.
The rest of you shut up.
And
I need one
everybody,
guy.
and they're just freaking out. That's my stream, man, because I have redeems. I have things you can come in. So I'm riding. If you guys don't, we haven't gotten this through yet. I'm riding on a spin bike, okay? So I'm pedaling.
We
and
played
I'm
it for
sweating.
They seen
Okay,
it,
yeah,
remember?
I'm fucking riding that spin bike, all right? The whole time.
It's hilarious, dude.
And people come in and they'll hit these channel point redeems. So if you sit and chat for long enough, if you just fucking chill and chat, you can build up these channel points. Mine are called sweat nuggets, of course. And you build up enough sweat nuggets, and you can spend them on weird things. And one of the things is like faster, faster, faster has become the thing people love. I'll get into a gunfight, and it matters, right? Because I'm playing with 3 other people. They're all sweating, trying hard, and my chat's hitting faster, 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 where I have to pedal as fast as possible while playing the game. For 30
funny.
seconds. And what happens is
my
Daddy
God.
D's guitar solo comes in from Fatal Flaws and just rips. I can't hear anything. I'm on mouse and keyboard, so I can't play straight. And everyone's dying laughing. They're the drunk people in the back seat.
Between Sing to Daddy or what is it?
Oh, Sing to Me Daddy.
Sing to Me Daddy. And what was the one you just said?
Faster, faster, faster.
Do you guys not get this? This is fucking hilarious shit.
So Sing to Me Daddy is a 2,500 sweat nugget redeem. You come in and I'll just sing your name to you. I'll just find a random key. I think I'm gonna grab a keyboard and put it up there and just give myself the challenge of finding a random key, because this is what I can do to kind of replace performing. So singing comes in like it's a very natural thing for me once I'm streaming and in front of people.
So what was the Unkle Daddy karaoke thing? So is that's a song from the band?
Yes.
And is that a video bit you did, and that's just a trailer that's on your Twitch? Because we played this.
Okay, so what you guys saw, and I probably should have like prefaced it, or what's an office? What's like a postface? Office. I should have. No, it's an office. I should have officed it. And
a preface and an O-face?
I should have given you the old O-face and told you that what you were watching was from my 24-hour stream. So I left my job of 10 years. I was a mechanic. I was working in manufacturing, blue collar, could have easily retired from there and stayed there the rest of my life. Great job. I have nothing negative to say about that place. But the thing is...
it crushed your soul.
Not only was my soul crushed, because I could deal with a slight soul crushing. You know, if you listen to metal music long enough, you can deal with a slight soul crushing. But what it was I started to resent it for taking my time, because I found something that was an amalgamation of everything that I've ever wanted to do. It was music, it was fitness, it was entertaining, it was video games, and it was just being together in a way. I heard you guys have quite an extensive conversation about spirituality, and to me, what spirituality is the love that I feel between humans. It's when you take social, you go to a special place, you go to a concert, you go somewhere, and you take social and you elevate it to the next level of spiritual. And that's able to be done now digitally. digitally in a way. And on Twitch, we call it vibing, man. We fucking vibe. So we do that through the internet, and we're able to just enjoy and love other human beings. You know what I mean? And I said this at when I received an award for Unkle Daddy. That was for the first time in a long fucking time. I really had people that I could look at and say, I love you, you know, and they said the same shit back to me. So for all the nonsense and all the shit that we do and all the jokes and stuff, I fucking love those guys, man. Like, this actually put me in a place where I was ready to do something positive for my life, where I was ready to do something dangerous as believing in myself.
So
and
when
quitting
did
my
you
job.
finally quit?
I quit on the 19th of, I don't know, what's the past month?
Just last
March.
month.
Yeah.
Okay.
March 19th, and then the 20th, I did a 24-hour stream, and that's the beginning of the 24-hour stream. I cut together a video of all of us, that's what you guys watch, kind of performing and playing, and then it would cut back to my camera live, and that's why you were seeing all of what are called our emotes that I make. So you can make custom emotes with my face that says hype,
The hype.
and the Uncle and Daddy, and all the band members' faces and shit. Like, Twitch is its own ecosystem, and I hadn't heard of it 2 years ago, and I was like, it seems weird. Like,
It
no
is
thing.
fucking weird.
Yeah,
But it's awesome.
It is weird, and the weird is amazing. Weird is amazing. If you're not embracing weird in some way,
Yep.
you're repressing it, man.
Yeah.
'Cause it's down in there.
Yeah.
We fucking love
Yeah.
weird.
Be weird, be silly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. The only time it feels wrong is when other people make you feel like weird is wrong.
Bro, my internet went out, and 15 minutes later, I sent you that video. Like, they were doing maintenance in the area, so, like, we were just sitting here, and I was doing shit, getting ready for the podcast. And hold on. Fucking Dalton just texted me. Dalton, you fuck. Why don't you, if you're watching the podcast, put it in the chat, you son of a bitch.
Damn, Dalton.
Oh no, he's not. He's not. He's commenting on something else. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to talk shit so quick.
Oh, I take it back.
Sorry, I blew up, bud. But my internet went down because they're doing maintenance in the area. I was getting ready for the podcast, and within 15 minutes, I had shot that silly little video and sent it to you and like 40 other people in my phone, and most people either just laughed or asked some version of "What the fuck did I just watch?"
Yeah.
And my response to pretty much all of them was, my intent was to either make you throw up or get an erection.
And honestly, that's what we strive for, is both.
Just
like
being
the multiple.
silly. Just being silly. I want to make you puke or I want to get you hard. One of the two. Come on, let's just have fun with it. No, all jokes aside though, like I love the vibe, dude. I love
Thank
the
you.
vibe. And I hope more people, especially through this, because there are a lot of people that watch this podcast that do fuck around on Twitch. There's a lot of us. Excuse me. There's a lot of us that's almost exclusively what we watch. Like,
Yeah.
I got my TV shows, you know, I'll dip into Netflix or whatever and watch some shit. But when I'm sitting down here bored and I'm not trying to like play my own video games or do work, that's what I do. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Let's see what's going on Twitch. And
Yeah.
I'll fucking just sit there and watch somebody for a couple hours. And every once in a while, I'll put something, I'll comment if I can. Sometimes they have it where it's the super chat only.
Yep.
Oh, and that's the other thing I was going to ask you. So, again, without divulging the amount of money, like, when did you know you had the balls or the bravery to finally take the leap and quit the job? I know you said it was like last month, but how did you quantify that without going, I got a mortgage to pay?
Yeah, and I do have a mortgage to pay. I do. Here's the thing, man. I'm so glad you asked me about the money, because it was not monetary at all. Not a fucking single cell of the decision in my brain. None of that was monetary. What it was that I finally, like, seriously, I don't know if you know what it means to finally have that dangerous thought, man, to believe in yourself. I call it dangerous because look at every single person in my family was like, what? Wait, what? My friends were like, dude, what? But every single one of them within minutes, and it's not just them, okay? It's the community on Twitch, man. Every single person was like, you know what? You're right, though. You're the person that can do this. And if it weren't for the community, the support, the people that believe in me, I wouldn't have ever believed in myself. And it goes back to something important. I mean, we can get it into it if you want to, but I've been sober for a long time, and I went through AA and the community. And one of the things they say in there, which is so fucking important, is we'll love you until you love yourself. And that's exactly what it was, dude. That's exactly what it was that
like they'll be there for you until you don't need them anymore. Is that what that means? We'll love you until you love yourself. Is that what that means?
No, I don't think it's like kind of.
What the fuck does that mean? We will love you until you love yourself?
Yeah, because when you're coming out of a dark place, and I think when we get through life and deal with things, we as human beings tend to become jaded. I mean, look at the conversation you were having. I forget the gentleman's name, the last podcast that you did. You guys were talking about music and how none of the music seems to it just doesn't hit the same. And is it because you're tired of music, or nothing's good, or are you becoming too good of a musician to where you're pointing it out? And what I say to that is, I think what happens is it's very much like our relationships in life. Okay. I deal with people, I go to work, and there's this certain person that just, no matter what I do, no matter how I treat them, I feel like they're being an asshole. They're being a piece of shit to me, no matter what I do. And I literally try everything, and it starts to fill my conscience, and it changes everything about the decisions I make before I go to work. And then it's creeping into all of my decisions with other people. I'm becoming jaded. I'm letting these things that probably were learned by other people that hurt those people in some way, man. And I'm letting it hurt me. And now I'm going out and I'm treating the world. I mean, I think people hear this kind of shit all the time. It's cliche. All right, I've heard it. But really digest what the fuck it means, man. When someone hurts you and gives you that trauma, and you go out and you're like, okay, fuck it. You hear it all the time. I don't need a man, or I don't need a chick, or whatever it is. I'm not going to date anyone because you're fucking hurt. And we are sensitive. Mm-hmm. Us human beings are a sensitive bunch. So going out.
Yeah, we're just animals with feelings.
Pretty much. I mean, I think animals got feelings too, man. My cat fucking cuddles the shit out of me.
I snuggle rape my dog all the time. Whether she wants it or not, she's gonna get it.
Well, that's my cat. It's the reverse, man. She's fucking lying on my chest. Anyway, shout out to Lily. Much love.
Is she watching right now?
Yeah, she's sitting on the computer just watching. Meow. Yep, she meowed twice for that. Dude, and that's what it is. Going into when I was getting sober, you're at your lowest point. That's why people get sober, because I try to when you're talking about quantifying things, I think that a maturity level is really, how much pain do I have to be in to make a change that I know I need to make? And that change I know I needed to make at this point was, I have to do something I love. I have to reach. I don't know if everyone else feels this way. We have this theory of mind where we.
So you didn't quantify any of this shit with money. It was quantified by suffering, essentially. You said pain. You used the word pain, but it was unhappiness, whatever you want, however you want to label that, so you guys can relate to it. For me, it's a similar thing. It's not necessarily pain or suffering or any of that shit, though. The way I quantify it is how far down that path do I have to go before I realize it's costing me more than I'm getting out of it. And that includes toxic relationships. You try to help people out and shit, and after a while you realize no amount of giving and charity to this person is going to get them out of their toxicity. They need to make that change on their own. And now it's costing me energy and positivity, because I'm coming out of those situations feeling like I need a shower, right? Or it's a job. Man, I've been here for 9 months now, and between the people here and this industry, I just don't see myself being happy 20 years from now. I tend to figure these things out pretty quick, within a few months, and I'm yeah, I'm out, man. And I just kind of walk away, not really giving a shit. Right. But for a lot of other people, I think that pain thing makes because it's definitely luck and blessings and some privileges, because I have a high enough IQ and I'm good looking enough and charismatic enough to where I've been able to be pretty highly employed the majority that I've wanted to have a job, except for COVID. There ain't a fucking job that I'm qualified for to save my life. Not right now. and I've switched industry several times. So I've been very lucky to like have high standards and being like, okay, fuck this place, and literally just walk out the door, make a phone call, and have a job the next day or the following Monday. Tony actually can, Foley, he's in the chat. He can actually attest to that because we've actually had that conversation multiple times in the past. I used to work with him. I'd walk out of a place. I'd be like, hey, you need a guy? He'd be like, hold on. He'd call me back 4 hours later. He'd be like, I just fired a guy. I got a spot. You want Monday? I'm like, yep,
damn.
I'm in. Because there was always somebody who is not being profitable. And
Right.
in the industries I grew up in, it's like, if you can make money, like we'll give guys 3, 4, 5 months, but if they don't make money, as soon as we got a guy that we know will be profitable, that guy's gone. Now we're a better company, right? Because you're always hoping you can turn a guy around. Same thing with that company. How far down that road do you go with that employee before you realize it's not working? So
Yeah.
I've been lucky to do that, but I think a lot of people have way more responsibilities
Yes.
and they have way less options,
Yes.
and they're stuck.
Yes.
But they do have talent. They do have charisma. They do have these things. But like you said, that dangerous thing of self-belief. There's people I know personally that have a fear of success. They are incredibly talented and they should be making $100,000 a year just making YouTube videos on whatever fucking weird ass talent they have. But they're terrified of that.
Yes.
They would much rather go work in their cubicle for $45,000 a year, making
Right.
some other asshole rich, so they
Yep.
can come home and live their safe but miserable life. Because
Yep.
it's like that old saying, you know, the devil you know. Like you'd rather deal with the devil you know versus the devil, because that's all unknown possibilities.
Right.
And is what I have learned is that you're going to be you everywhere. So if you're miserable when you're rich, you were probably miserable when you were poor because there's something fucked up with you
Yeah.
along that path. If you're miserable in Minnesota, you're probably going to be miserable in California or Texas. Or so people that move, people that switch careers, like that was a big thing for me too. Like realizing I'm miserable working in any of these jobs. Period. I need to get back to entertaining. I need
Yeah.
to invest in myself.
Yeah.
And that's why when I finally kind of really wrapped my head around your fucking whole weird ass thing you're doing, I just fell in love with it because it's another guy who finally said, fuck it. Because for me, the big trigger was the government took my job this time.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't I got fired. It wasn't they making me unhappy or I'm losing my soul. Like, I'd finally find a really well-paying part-time job where I could still start doing shit. And then COVID came along. And I'm like, now I don't have a choice. That's why I asked that question, is to like, so it wasn't a monetary thing. It was literally you had just kind of reached your breaking point.
No. I think you're digesting it a little bit. Part of it was some of the suffering for working for what you, but I think, and I truly believe that like hard work makes the man, right? Or that's just something I've told myself, and it's because I am a man. It just, you can be applied to any person, but I think there's something very important about working hard and achieving something,
Right.
about suffering for something, whatever that may be, to suffer for someone, or suffer for a home, or suffer for a home for a family, whatever that may be. It's important to know that I can. It starts kind of mentally. So I have no problem working and working hard. I've worked hard for a long time.
But there's
The
usually
change.
a payoff for that kind of suffering you were mentioning earlier.
Yes.
And is it you didn't get that working for other people? You didn't get that
Right, well,
emotional resonance.
Working for other people, you get a sort of an emotional resonance, but it's just, it's not as good of a frequency, we'll say, because you get money and you start to learn.
That's
that,
interesting
like,
that you said it's not as good of a frequency. Like it doesn't feel as good. It doesn't resonate the same way. It doesn't.
Right. Well, sometimes
harmonize.
when you have like lower frequencies, they really resonate and they cause more energy and they snowball, right? And they'll resonate and they'll hit the drum on the other side of the room. Whereas sometimes you have those high frequencies and like they're happening and people are hearing them, you're hearing them, but they're just bouncing off the fucking walls. You put up a little bit of sound treatment and those are gone. You know what I mean? I want to resonate in a way that resonates with other
I
people.
love that you pointed at my shitty foam on the ceiling. Dude, they help. That
They do.
little tiny bit of foam actually
Dude,
does
they
help.
do. They absolutely do. And that's why I like the analogy, man. It's like,
It's yours, dude. You're a brilliant dude. I love talking to you, man.
I appreciate that.
I love that.
I'm not so brilliant, but I appreciate that you said that. I want to be able to resonate in that way where other people feel that. That is the exact point. Inspire, be inspired. And me leaving my job because I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that at this point, like that, I have a commitment, I have an obligation to myself and to all of those people out there that want to dream of doing something. I don't have a wife or kids. I just can do it. I have to fucking do it, man. I have to do it. And if you look at like the numbers, like what I'm willing to divulge is that when I looked at the numbers, as soon as I became affiliate, is the numbers came in and then they doubled the next month. And I said to myself, well, that's a fucking crazy thing. Maybe I'll double it the next month. And they doubled the next month. And I said, all right, well, you know what? I'm just going to quit my job because that's not, if you look at like knowing what I know in manufacturing, they're not going to look at 3 instances and go, okay, that's going to go that way forever. No, that's not the way it goes. But what actually made me believe that I can do it, what actually made me know that I can do it is the support from the people that I know, that I love, that I trust, people in the community, my friends, my family, everybody was like, you can. Do you know how different it is when you say something like you can and you mean it to somebody instead of saying, oh, I don't know. And you see the fear in their eyes. It was very infrequent that I got that response from people. And then even after I did, they were like, you know what? That you could see that it was the fear in themselves. They were thinking through their situation. Like, I couldn't quit my job and do that. That's how I felt. That's how I felt until I actually felt the support from people. So that resonance can come from anybody. It can come from you right now talking to me. You know, it can come from me back to you. That inspiration just, it hits different. Motivation, that's the way I feel when I want to wake up and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work out. That feels great. But inspiration is like, it lasts forever. It's the same level we were talking about from social to spiritual, right? That's the way I see it. They're just words. And I didn't look this up in Webster's. I just give myself a meaning of words because it just hits the right way. But motivation's here. That's when I want to get it done. Inspiration is like when I want to feel it in my soul, when I'm gonna do it. And I'm inspired, man. And I want other people to be inspired. I want to reach outward and be able to be like a pillar of positivity and just do it, man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Music.
I love it, man.
Whatever it is.
I love it, dude. And that's again kind of the theme of the podcast too. Is that's why when I chewed on this for so long, what am I going to do? What kind of podcast? You know, because like you mentioned, we started off as we were starting. You watched Two Bears, One Cave.
Yeah.
And so do I. And I watched Rogan, and you know, I watched Bill Burr's.
Hell yeah.
I listened to Bill Burr's, and
Right.
yeah, it's like, so what do you do? You know, how do you get there? And once I finally settled to just not try to reinvent the wheel, you know, I was like, dude, what? Come on, what are we doing? What are we thinking here? Like, I have the exact same formula set up for me as Rogan. Just roll with it. Just realign it. Instead of comedy, we go music. And honestly, if you think about it, I just talked to a dude today about this, actually. If you think about it, it's actually kind of powerful in the psychological sense because MMA and comedy are both solo sports, if you think about it, right? Yeah. Whereas I always played team sports, and I've never wanted to start the Jared Singer solo project. Never once. Everything, even when I write all the music, I still create a band name, and I find other people to help write it. It's just who I am. So if you really think about it, that's all I did is I realigned the wheel to focus less on people who do things all on their own and focus on more people and themes that were team oriented, were group oriented. So musicians and NFL and baseball and basketball players, which I've got some more lined up, but I can't talk about them yet. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it is. I think what you're doing is inspiring. I think it is motivating. And I think it's very, very cool that we're seeing more and more people jump on this train of embracing the different abilities we have to increase and diversify our ability to make money by monetizing our personalities, just being you, doing what you do on a daily basis. Just make money being you. You're already playing video games. You're already making music. Why not figure out a way to make money doing that so you can pay the mortgage, right? And I know it's not all about the money, but we got bills to pay. We got comforts we want to live. We want to wear nice clothes. We want to fucking, I like cologne. You know, I like to fucking smell good. You know what I mean? Like, we got shit we want to do, right? Some people want to travel. Some people are foodies, whatever. I got a buddy who spends like $800 a month on fucking food. It's ridiculous. Do you, man? But if you can figure out a way to make as much money living your life versus working for somebody else, I don't understand why you don't just automatically buy into it. But we've talked about this. You know, there's that danger of believing in yourself, that dangerous thing of self-belief. There's the fear of success. There's the fear of failure. Like, what if it all, you know, you're just afraid to take the leap because maybe you just don't believe in yourself yet? Whatever it may be, I just think it's really fucking cool that there's more and more people doing this here, realizing, hey, I'm doing this thing. Let's be on YouTube. Let's do this. Because I hate to break it to you guys, if you're trying to protect your privacy, you're pretty much fucked. like it's all out there already, dude. Like, you have a Facebook account. Like, you use an iPhone. Like, the facial recognition, you're in the deal. You're not. Don't worry about your public persona. I don't want to call him out, but there's a guest coming on who is super freaked out that I want their last name.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like, dude, just call me. And I'm like, listen, make up a last name or I'll make one up for you. Like, because I'm not just putting your first. You're not Madonna. Like, who the fuck? No, we don't do that. It's way too. And if you're that paranoid, like, I'm not even sure I want to have you on because you have nothing you're willing to talk about then. If you're not even willing to tell people your last name, how closed off are you going to be on the podcast? You know what I mean? It's like, it's nerve wracking. I'm like, nah, dude, you got to figure some shit out there. Because
what if I just told you my name was SweatyPedals?
I mean, that's a really weird name, dude. For a person, that's a super fucking weird name, bro.
Damn, dude, don't hate, man.
Shout out to Ellie and Braden. I think that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dread. Let's fucking
Oh,
go.
hell yeah, let's fucking go.
And shout out to Dusty in the chat. Oh, dude.
Spence, hell yeah.
Fucking Dusty wanted me to ask you about a tattoo. Dusty, put it in the chat. I already forgot, but I remembered that you wanted me to ask a question, but if you
is it Pikachu?
I don't have
Does
notes.
it have anything to do with Pikachu? Yeah,
I don't do any of this shit. There's no real preparation. I mentally kind of have an idea where I want to go, but it's really more about focusing on you guys and highlighting what you're doing. So I let you guys. I'll drive the ship and make sure we get to point A to point B, but like, I let you guys talk about what you want to talk about. And I'm trying to do this more and more and more, but I notice a lot of guys, like, you're really good at, like, I can just let you go and rant for a little bit. It's really great. But I can tell some guys, they're talking and, like, they want to just, like, make their point and, like, just move on. And it's like, we got time to fill, bro. I'm going to have to now talk for, like, 5 solid minutes. Like,
no, what's going to happen is you're going to ask me a question. I'm not going to answer it.
Get that a little closer to you.
I'm going to bring it in.
There you go.
Let me bring it in all
There you
nice.
go,
Now I'm
buddy.
in your ear holes, baby.
There you go, buddy.
Everybody at home,
Now
I'm
it
up in
sounds
the
good.
ear holes now.
That sounds great.
What's going to happen is you're going to ask me a question, as you've seen. I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to dance around for a little bit, and then I'm going to forget what the fuck we were talking about.
You should run for office. I'm telling you, bro.
I'm going to tap dance just for a little bit.
I want to, since this is your main gig and this is what you're doing right now, I want to play another clip.
How long is it? Because I got to race like a piss horse.
You tell me. Let me figure out which one it is.
All right. I know I can piss in about 1 minute and 17 seconds, typically, average.
That's oddly specific. We already did 2 videos.
I did a 24-hour stream, man.
I think, hold on, let me just see something real quick, because I think I doubled up on one of them by accident.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Doubled up.
We doubled up on that. All right. So this is a nice preview. If you guys are, especially if you're just joining us, trying to figure out what my boy is up to here. This is like a clip. It's kind of like a commercial. I like it. It's like an ad.
Which one is it?
I pulled it off your YouTube.
I'll office it.
It's that's not a thing.
Which one is it?
Especially if you do it now, it's a preface. It's definitely a preface.
No, they're all office.
You know, face it. Hold on, I'll flash it and then you can tell us.
Flash them.
I'm pretty sure this is your.
You get killed by
Oh,
hackers.
yeah.
They come into your chat.
All
and
right. So so that's the one we're gonna play.
All right. Well, I literally,
is like a
I said
commercial.
that guy you just saw is literally going to
he's
explain to
gorgeous.
you what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, if it's the one I think of, I don't think you need to office it.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna play this. I think this is like a good ad or a commercial. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like,
Typically what I do now with these, I saw some, and a lot of these ideas are not original. So you can learn a lot, like you were saying, through the gaming community. And this is an idea where I'm on TikTok. My videos and my editing goes out to TikTok typically, and I'm just starting now on YouTube.
Right.
So I've been making YouTube videos that I can actually interject into, like as a browser source, if anybody knows OBS out there. But even if you don't, if I go to take a piss or I do something, I have a screen that says "Be right back," and I can pull up a video. So I might as well pull up my own YouTube in order to cross advertise all of these things, and get people to my YouTube. And then YouTube, the algorithm picks it up and it takes people to my Twitch. And then people are like, this guy's on TikTok, this weirdo. I don't mind the Chinese government. Let me go over and I heard your comments about TikTok.
it's true.
You're
It's
talking
true,
about how
man.
privacy is gone, and then you're like, but not to China though.
Dude, because they do some dark shit. They do some dirty ass shit.
I don't even
dude.
want to know what they do.
They do.
I'm addicted to TikTok.
But you know what my buddy did? My buddy, because I convinced my buddy, and he's like, I bought a burner phone just for TikTok.
See?
And I was like,
Yeah.
that's fucking brilliant.
That is.
That is brilliant because, like, again, they already have the facial recognition. They have all the privacy I just mocked beaten. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that, but that you don't want to give them regular access to your devices and data. That's
But
what
have you
don't
seen
know.
my TikTok? That's all I'm saying.
But
once
my
you
TikTok be
see
fire,
it,
bro.
yeah, it's fire. You're gonna want to give it all up.
All right, let's play this clip. You go take a leak.
All right, man.
And then, guys, throw your questions in the chat because when we get back, when we get done with this, I also got to take a leak. And so he's going to need some questions to answer for a minute. He said a minute, 17 seconds for him to piss. Takes me at least 3 because my dick's twice as big. I don't know how big his dick is. I just thought that'd be funny to say. All right, here we go.
You get killed by hackers. They come into your chat and ask you where the dubs are at. Here's how you respond.
What was his name?
I'm not
hacking. I'm not either. At least they're good names. Dude, tell me you guys aren't fucking I'm not hacking and I'm not either. Is it you? Where the W at? We're working on it. One down.
He's there.
Down. One down and another one on me. Another one just shot me in the face out of the sky.
2 down. Got 2 down up there.
Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Someone on me? In me. Down.
Oh, I ran into that guy.
Gotcha, bitch.
Go!
I got him with a man. That's from distance, too. Bitch.
We're living in Chad world, boys.
2 in a row.
Tuna roll.
Let's break the record. I've never gone 3 in a row.
Bro, babe.
Downed him through the wall. I banged him and banged him hard, boys.
Top left window up there.
I downed him through the wall. Oh my god, dude, they're gonna report me. They're gonna report me.
Kills through the wall.
Downed him. Down another guy in green. Go, baby! 3 in a row,
Fuck
baby!
out of here. 3 in a fucking row, bro.
What?
Fun, dude. It's so fun. It's like when you watch it, and I wanted to ask you because I think I'm pretty much 100% certain about this, but just verify it for the listeners. That's all your music under there.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
you singing.
Yep. So that's Unkle Daddy under there.
Brilliant. So I got a couple other buddies who just have like thousands of songs sitting on their hard drive, and I'm like, dude, you need to put that shit out there for streamers.
Yeah.
And just put it on a fucking website and charge $1 a month, 99 cents a month, play any of this music you want. I know there's a lot of guys that do it for free and they put it out there on Spotify. I guess you could do that too. but then it's just true streaming, you know, unless you pay for Spotify Premium. But I think it'd almost be more especially if people want to really directly support their content creators in that case, you know, the music creators.
Yeah.
Just a simple 99-cent paywall. Just boom, there you go. Use it all. There you go. Because I think you'd make more if I gave you $1 a month. I bet you'd make more than you would make off Spotify plays. You know what
Probably.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you got enough of those, think about
Yeah.
it. If you got 5,000 people to pay you $1 a month to play your music on their streams or anywhere on the internet, I think that's more than if those people streamed your shit through Spotify. Plus, then Spotify's taking a cut too.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just put less on Spotify, and if people like it, then they can pay $1 and get access to even more or something. I don't know. But again, these are all just examples of ways. I think it's, first of all, really smart how you got around any issues with DMCA claims. That's brilliant. Make your own fucking music. It's unlicensed. There you go. I was going to say, once I get my shit done, I got to figure out a way where I can give Twitch streamers permission, because I want them to play my music in the background, and it's going to be licensed because it's going to end up online.
Yep.
So I got to figure out a way around that. Like, do you know
ours
how
is
that
all
works?
licensed. So ours is all licensed, but it's by the 5 parties in the band, and then the drummer's wife wrote that song that you just heard, Fatal Flaws. So I have permission, written permission to license from all parties.
Can you submit that before you do shit? Like, hey, I'm going to play this media.
I don't know.
Here's my written permission for it, because that's the one gripe I have with YouTube. So I'm going to get flagged for every single piece of content we played tonight.
Yes.
And I'm going to have to dispute them one by one.
Yeah, I had to do it for my own videos.
Yep.
So I'm going to have to do that for all of my own videos as well.
It's wild.
Yeah. I don't know, but that is something I should know, especially as like this is what I'm doing now, and
It may not even be an option.
It may not be an option, but I've had
Another water? I'm gonna grab a Duke.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I've had all of my videos now so far on YouTube have had issues. On Twitch, they're not. There's a bunch of semantics you can kind of get into with Twitch streaming and OBS and recording to different tracks and streaming to different tracks. But essentially, Twitch VODs have a different channel set up than what you hear live. So there's a thing you can do where you can have it stream music live, but then on the VOD it doesn't record it. So getting any DMCA strikes is almost not going to happen, period. But now there's word that there are bots that go out, like crawlers, that will crawl your channel while you're live for music and then see if it's DMCA and then give you a strike live. So if anybody's out there hearing this, I would definitely chickadee check yourself before you already know.
I was really hoping you were going to finish that line. It would have been even better if you did. All right. Yeah, so we're playing this shit so you guys kind of understand what's going on. I should have all the links if I set this up right. I think I did, because I did it in advance. So, and I haven't been drinking this month. I'm going to answer this one question before I dip, and then it looks like you got 2 or 3 in here. Or at least some people that you know in here, apparently, because this looks like a bunch of inside jokes. I have no idea. But it looks like Steel Corner's asking me how I'm doing on my month. Is the Hibiki calling me yet? Okay, so I am what's the date today?
Who knows, man? Who knows? We're not employed.
It says right there. It's Tuesday, April 6th.
Yeah.
I started a day or 2 early of no boozing, and technically I'm fine. I had one weird little urge where I was like kicking ass. I was doing a bunch of shit, super productive day. And then at the end of that day, I was tired and I definitely wasn't doing anything for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And I'm also limiting my sugar and caffeine intake. So like the coffee I've been slamming during this podcast, this is all decaf now.
Oh.
So I drink like 1 or 2 cups of coffee in the morning. And then at some point in time, I'll give myself a dew or 2 tops. I used to drink like 8 of those a day.
Damn.
It was crazy. But regardless, what was my point? Oh yeah, that it was like a 2-hour period where I was like, I just want a beer. Like it wasn't even to get drunk. It was just like I was so conditioned. Oh, that's what it was, because I was listening to the baseball game while I was cooking food.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the sun. It was beautiful out, and I was cooking a steak, a couple steaks, And yeah, I didn't want to get drunk. I didn't want the booze. It wasn't a buzz thing. I wanted to fucking drink a beer, even a light non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
And that's what I should do, is I should go grab some NAs. That's what I should do, is get some non-alcoholic beers, because I do like carbonated beverages.
Right.
That's my biggest issue with getting off the soda.
Right.
Maybe that's the secret.
Maybe
I have no urges to get drunk.
Well, that's the thing. You have no urges to like drink or get drunk now, but you're getting over it. Like, that's important, because I deal with addiction a lot. I don't know how your brain works or how other people's, but it just seems from observation that my brain's a little wacky, and when I try to stop doing something, I have a really fucking hard time. So I always like equate it to sugar, so chocolate or cookies or something. I've been on keto for a long time, almost 10 years.
Wow.
And yeah,
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool, man. Before it was cool. That's actually one of the reasons I started listening to Rogan. I was like, this guy's keto? I think I'll listen to what he has to say.
That's
yeah, man.
pretty wild, dude.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. But when I eat sugar, I can't fucking stop. But it's very much so. If you offered me a cupcake right now, don't. But if you did, and I took it and I ate that cupcake, it's like bowling, dude. And what I mean is, the next frame, when you get a strike, the next frame matters. So tomorrow, if I get that little craving you're talking about, I eat that fucking cupcake, I'm done, dude. I'm done for like 2 months. I'm going to be eating sugar every day. I put on like 30 pounds. I call it December. I do it every year, dude. And I put on a bunch of weight, and then I have a really hard time stopping. And then I like slowly get myself out of the funk. But it's the same with like all of that shit. It's important to realize that there's like a 1 hour window, maybe a 2 hour window, where you're craving that beer for whatever the reason may be, the baseball game, the steak, the nice day out, and you got past it. And it's hard to do, dude, just on like this willpower thing. But you fucking nailed it, dude. And it's important for people to understand that it will pass. That feeling, if you're trying to stop eating sugar, you're trying to just not drink for the month of April.
I might do mushrooms on the 420 special, though. I'm just saying, like, because I didn't quit mushrooms. I only quit doing booze. I'm just letting you guys know, man, I might be getting fucked up for that 420 special.
Oh, hell yeah.
It'll be like I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking.
It might be a little bit more intense, honestly.
I might sit there for 20 minutes with my head on the table and then just pop up and be like, Uber! Just out of nowhere.
Better automate everything.
No, but it really was just a matter of just being like, I'm just doing it because I think I'm getting to the age where it has serious health benefits to just clean out the system for a month. Just don't drink for a month.
Yeah.
Just prove you have enough self-control as well, to just do that. Because is what I'm really trying to do is gear up to quitting cigarettes. Because I quit cigarettes once when I was 19. I started when I was like 12. Quit when I was 19. Didn't start again till I was 29.
Damn.
And now I'm 36. So I've been smoking as long as I was the first time.
Right. So
I want to get myself to a place mentally where I can do exactly what I did, is I quit on my birthday, or I've already quit by my birthday, I should say. So I can go out and I could drink and socialize and do all that shit without breaking and being like, oh, fuck it, I'm drunk. I just want to fucking give me a little toke. And I just take that little hit of that cigarette. Because what you described for the food thing, I'm that way with everything except alcohol when it comes to breaking a habit. So like if I start working out, or I'm doing the podcast now, or we get in a band and we're rehearsing 3 nights a week, like it's fine. And we can take a night off and sometimes even a week off.
Yep.
But if we take a month or 2 off,
yep, it's bowling.
I ain't getting back on that. It takes so long. Like it took me... Again, I constantly say this, and I think I'm starting to sound condescending. I don't think people understand how hard it is to do anything in this world, right? Like, we're such habitual creatures. For me I didn't start the podcast the way a lot of people think I did. I started it 2-3 years ago now, audio only, in a different room of the house, in a different studio, you could say, and I hated it, so I shut it down. And then the only reason this one ended up coming about the way it did, when it did, as fast as it did, is I went and bought a bunch of music equipment to supplement what I already had so I could start recording music again.
Yep.
Because I had Dalton in the fold and I had Jeremy in the fold, and it's like, all right, let's do this album then. And I'm sitting down here hanging out with my wife, and now he's my roommate, Kevin, and I was like, you guys realize I'm literally 3 cams away from doing a podcast right now? And they just kind of looked at me like, what? And then 3 months later, the podcast was up and running.
Yeah.
But leading up to that point where I was even sitting here able to brainstorm and think of, hey, podcast, it was so difficult for me to make myself come down here and sit in an uncomfortable basement in front of a computer and play guitar or do anything creative. I had to slowly make the room more comfortable to be in. I had to just train myself. You know what? Every day I'm just going to go down there at noon to 3, regardless of whether I'm even creative, and just literally condition and habituate myself to be in that room. And the ease is what broke it, is how I was able to do it is I brought my fucking Xbox down here. And then I would just sit down here and play video games. And just wanting to be down here and play video games, I made it more comfortable. And once I made it more comfortable, as soon as I was bored playing video games, I was like, and I had that itch to play guitar, it was right here. Boom, plug in, record. That simple. And now I'm down here every day. It doesn't feel like work. I mean, it's work, don't get me wrong, but I have fun with it. I can switch it up. We do these things. And now I guarantee you, if I took 3 months off to go to Bali or some crazy shit, it would be so fucking hard to come back and just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Twice a week, scheduling, booking, fucking marketing, all the shit. It's like I'm in a groove right now.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult to do that. So to do something incredibly constructive or difficult, like quitting smoking or quitting drinking or starting a business or quitting your job and taking the dive, I give you props, man, because that shit ain't easy. And these little 1 month spurts I'm doing, I did one in October and I'm doing one now. It's really just to gear up and prove to myself I still have the self-control I did when I was 19 to quit. That's what it really is. Yeah. It's like, fuck, man, because I've tried to quit 3 times since then, and I can't. And I'm like, there's something about quitting something a second time that is way harder than the first time. I don't know what it is. Maybe somebody who went through the program like you can enlighten me, because I don't know, man, but cigarettes are seemingly impossible, and I'm lucky I don't have a problem with anything else.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough when I came out here in 2010, I kind of just stumbled down the rabbit hole. And Minnesota is one of the only places that will send you to rehab under what's called a Rule 25 for free if you're a Hennepin County resident. And I was lucky enough to be able to do that, and then to stay sober, man. And the percentages, like, that is not that outcome doesn't happen a lot. People don't stay sober. Typically, and I'm only
what do they call that, a recidivist?
I'm not sure.
I think
like
that's a repeat offender.
Yeah,
I only know it from Trailer Park Boy. Trailer Park Boys.
That's a sweet sounding word. I wish I knew
Leahy with fucking Randy.
Yeah.
You know what they are, Randy? Recidivists. I think that is the word.
I'm gonna get some hate for my lack of
Jamie's
love for
looked that
Trailer
up.
Park Boys.
Jamie's looked that up. I think the word recidivist or recidivism, like REZ or IZ. There's a Z in there. Now I can't even say it. It's one of those words you say a couple times.
You say it and it starts to sound weird.
Yeah, now I can't even think of it. But yeah, recidivism. I think that's what you're talking about. The repeat behavior.
Yeah.
Like you just keep going back.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think the rate of that for alcoholics, I think it's as bad, if not worse, than inmates.
Right.
Because once you're in, it's like something about the way. Because here's the thing. Okay, alcoholism and addiction, that's not something uniquely that you suffer from. That's something that humans suffer from. And I don't think that's society. Like, for example, the prison thing is. The recidivism rate within prison inmates is insanely high. But that's because, dude, just having a simple DUI, they will fucking get you in the system. And it is so easy to violate that fucking probation that you'll never get off probation. Like,
Right.
You have to run squeaky fucking clean. And you have to have some serious smarts to not do anything Because, like, once you're on probation, you're on fucking real probation. So, like, no hanging out with felons. That's a violation of your probation.
Right.
You don't even know that the fucking neighbor is a felon. You know what I mean? You never had that conversation. For some reason, you get pulled over, boom, boom, boom. You're on probation? Oh, he's a felon. That's a probation violation. Boom, you're fucked. There's another 6 months on your probation. That's just a little skim the surface shit. When you get out on real parole from the prison system, you're fucked. Like, it is so hard to fucking not go back to prison because they put you on parole for a long time. Smallest little error gets you to go back. I think that's a societal thing, though. That's a system that we set up to trap people.
I think
What do you think it is with addiction?
I think it's actually more similar than you may realize, that in that obviously part of that is societal. But I think, and what I can really reflect on more and what I know about is the way that habitually what we do as humans and what we go back to. If you're used to having the cigarette, you're gonna, when the baseball game is on or when you're in the car and you roll the window down. That was the hardest for me, man, because I quit a lot of stuff. I quit a lot of stuff all at the same time, and the hardest thing by far was cigarettes. I mean, that was not easy, quitting cigarettes. And cigarettes are the one that really tempt me back into it more than anything else. I mean, I've had like
What do you think it is about the cigarettes? Because I've heard that thing about cigarettes are harder to quit than heroin, and I've heard debates about that, and it's like that's only because they're accessible. Why do you think it was so hard?
Accessibility is a huge, okay, because I quit both. So I have a little bit of insight.
Oh, you quit heroin too?
I did, yeah.
Damn.
It was
a motherfucker,
dude. It was the best way that it's been explained to me, and one thing that like really hits home is it starts to take over the part of your brain that tells you what you need to survive. So for instance, I need food. I have to eat, okay? Think about it this way. You know you have to eat inherently. Like, you don't know in your brain, you know somewhere else. Somewhere else that's not just like thinking, it's unconscious, it's ingrained in your DNA. I have to drink water. I have to eat. And you know, but you can forget knowing you have to eat to know that you need heroin or that you need a drink or that you need a cigarette. And that's what addiction is. Or that you need video games or that you need exercise.
Is overriding your
overrides that
instincts.
Thing that you think you need. You obsess. And I have the ability to obsess over anything. I actually, in my old band, Iridium Sun, I wrote it out in lyrics, man. I said, with, very facetiously, what luck, I've the gift of falling in love. And that's like all I can do. It sounds beautiful, but it's not. It's not, when all you can do is fall in love with the next thing and become obsessed, and fall in love with the next thing and become obsessed. And I didn't realize what truly, truly falling in love with something was until I fell in love with the community on Twitch, with streaming. And I bring it back to this because it hits so hard right now. When I was young, I played video games. And like you were saying, your example of how do I get myself in the basement just to habitualize myself to be in this room? I'll just bring the video games because I love video games any fucking where. And when you have this thing that's amazing, but everyone tells you like, all right, yeah, that's great. Stop wasting your time on that because you're never going to do anything with that. And that was true in 1990, when I was 4 years old, or in 95 or 2000, when all I wanted to do was skip school and play video games, okay? I stopped playing video games. Not that I was ever terribly good back then, but I stopped for so long that I'm really not that good now. Even with playing 8 hours a day, I'm okay. But honestly, what I was doing was I was like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm addicted to fitness. I really am. I'm addicted to looking good naked. And so what it is, I was like, man, I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to be doing something positive. I have a lot of anxiety. So it drives me to always be doing something. And I'm like, if I'm playing video games, I have to be on this spin bike. That's how I'm going to do this. And this was before streaming was ever even thought of. This was actually what I was doing. I was playing video games on a spin bike, and then I'd move the spin bike when my ass started to hurt so I could play more video games, but I just get on the treadmill. So now I'm on the treadmill, and then I'll be like dead tired, and I just move the treadmill out of the way and do like what I do, which is just sit in the chair, and like I'm like, fuck it, I'll just play a little bit more. And like that's how it got into streaming. We were on a totally different subject before that.
Doesn't matter.
No,
this is great. This is great.
Well, that's how that came to be. Honestly, I had a friend of mine that said to me like, "You should just stream this. It's ridiculous." He was taping me on his phone, and he's like, "You should just stream this because this is entertaining as fuck. It's hilarious, and you just got your first win doing it." And I was like, all right. And I tried it just like you tried it. Audio only. For me, it was like bullshit little camera, $10 camera I had. I plugged it in. The lighting was horrible.
Did you even go through your computer at first, or did
Nope,
you just
I didn't
do
have
the
a
Xbox
I didn't
thing?
own a computer. I did just the Xbox thing to what's called Mixer,
Yep.
which has now been sold.
Yep.
Or not even sold. It was bought by Microsoft and then just completely evaporated.
Yeah, because they blew their fucking financial side of things. Like something went wrong.
They wanted the technology.
Well,
from
they
it,
signed like a bunch of big gamers, and they just it went bad. It went south.
Yeah.
There's rumors it might come back though, but it's like, why there's no room for a third platform. There's Twitch and YouTube. Fuck off.
I mean, I'm not gonna say there's no room because you see things pop up after a while. You're like, okay, well, there's Sprint, AT&T, and Verizon, and that's it. And now there's Cricket and all this other shit. So I don't know.
True.
I'm not smart enough to
Yeah.
digest this shit, dude.
No, you're kind of right though, because I was thinking more like, well, think about all the other platforms. There's like 2 that everyone really is into, and then the other ones are kind of bullshit. Like, think about music. What are the 2? SpyTunes. iTunes,
dude.
and
Now
Spotify.
SpyTunes is gonna pop up, and you're gonna eat those words.
And they'll be owned by China.
And everyone's gonna.
And they're gonna be okay with it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be across this table telling you better get a SpyTunes account, dude. You don't even know.
Dude, you don't even know, bro. But that's how I was thinking, because there's iHeartRadio and there's a bunch of other ways you can listen to music and shit, but like it's really the 2, Spotify and iTunes. SpyTunes, that's fucking great. That's a bit. We should make.
Dude, we'll
we should
make
make
the
a video
SpyTunes
about
bit.
that. Yeah.
Everybody, close your ear holes. All right, don't take our bit.
We just need to find an Asian dude to be the Asian government, because we can't do that. That's super racist now.
I don't want to get into it, man.
I don't want to get in trouble. I lose subs fast enough as it is. Do you lose followers on Twitch, or are they pretty loyal? Do they stick around?
I
gotta quit asking. Sorry, I gotta quit asking questions. I told these guys to load up questions. They did.
They're 100% not even in your chat. They're like, I gave up.
You can scroll up and down. There's
right.
definitely one that popped in somewhere up here. You can kind of scroll through.
All right.
Just don't press it, otherwise you'll lose the.
Oh,
the
dude, you got
OBS
this all
monitor.
reversed and stuff. All right, I won't press.
Yeah, it's got that magic mouse.
I'll treat her good. I'll treat her nice.
Yeah, because I don't want to see that YouTube side. It's annoying the way it does it, because it's on an even bigger delay than what we see in OBS.
Yeah.
OBS is just a second or 2 off, not even. Fucking YouTube's like another 10 to 15 seconds off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't want to see that.
It's just irritating and it's distracting. And I noticed this, people start to ignore, and they just concentrate on what we're doing here.
Yeah. Well, don't ignore the chat, all right? Don't underestimate.
No, I mean guests.
Oh
But
yeah,
if
we probably should.
But if
I
I have that YouTube up on, because it's such a lag, it literally distracts the guests here, and I catch people sitting there watching themselves.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm gonna go take a leak, guys. He's gonna get to your questions, and then we get back. I got another clip or 2 I want to play too.
Cool, man.
One of them I'm super pumped for.
Cool, man.
Dude, it made me laugh so hard.
All right,
go for it, dude. I'll be right back.
Hell yeah. All right. So we got Ellie Braden. Ellie and Braden coming to chat. It's my dude Ben. What's up, man? Saying he's happy for me. Way to go. Way to take your own life into your own hands, dude. Honestly, Ben, I have not been as happy as I am right now for a long fucking time, dude. And I don't know. It took a little while for like reality to hit, and the schedule looks different than I thought. It wasn't like exactly what I thought it was going to be when I decided like I'm going to do this. But what I can tell you is I am actually fucking happy. Like there's a part of your soul that can just sigh. Right? When you're able to give yourself your time instead of, it's like, and maybe you heard me make this analogy, but it really hits home because Jake, our boss, our old boss and my friend Jake, who I lived with, told me, dude, just buy a house, man. All right. Stop renting from me. Buy a house, because investing in your own equity in your home is so much better than handing over a rent. And that's what this is for me. I found something that, it's not making me rich. And it's really, the time I jumped out would not be the time that most people jump out. But the reason I did it is because I believe in it. And the sooner I start doing it, because I know it's going to be successful, the sooner I start doing it, the sooner I'm putting equity into myself, into my own home, not into rent. So yeah, dude, awesome to see you. What's up? Spence coming to chat. Love you too, buddy. Let's fucking go. That's that Twitch lingo, baby. Common Choir. I don't know if that's Zach.
No, that's my buddy Dusty.
Is that Dusty?
I'm-
Mr. Dusty?
hopefully he-
Dusty E?
Yeah, Dusty Eisman. Hopefully he has that question in here because he mentioned something the other day about one of your tats. He wanted me to ask you about it.
About my tat?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be the macaw, 100%. If it's his tat, we're talking about Pikachu. If it's my tat, so I have a...
Okay, it is the macaw. Okay, so this is what I've been requested. Let's finish these and then we'll get to the macaw.
How naked are you going to make me get right now?
You don't, not at all. I don't have that YouTube permission
Yeah, you 18
enabled.
plus? Or what?
I am 18 plus, but
All
I'm
right.
still able to be marketed to kids. So
Oh,
no
no.
nudity. Let's keep going through this. Oh yeah, they were laughing at the privacy conversation. How sweaty are your pedals?
Dude, honestly, those pedals have to be dried, wiped, and I should probably change them at this point because like there's no way to shower a pedal. You know, I've wiped a lot of shit down, and you have not smelled foul until you smelled a man's jorts after a 24-hour stream.
Nor do I know if I want to. Jesus Christ, that
Oh,
sounds
man.
nasty.
Dude,
I've been in enough locker rooms to know.
I did probably like 4 or 5 outfit changes, like wardrobe changes during the 24-hour, and I had more planned, and I was like, no, I can't. You should. By the end, dude. Oh my! I saw other streamers do it, so I was like, they're fine, but they also didn't have a concert, and they weren't playing on a spin bike, you know. So by the end of it, I was like, I can Rocket League, I can video game. Man, it was tough. It was
Huge.
tough.
What is this? Shout out. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that must be
Big
shout
Duck
out.
Energy.
Big
Got a little
Duck.
Big Duck Energy in the chat. What's up, Big?
Duck.
So I got, yeah, man. Big Duck is one of my viewers, subscribers from over on Twitch, and he's
Dope.
also in the Discord that I have. Discord, for all you people that like have real lives and stuff, is like the video gamers' way of communicating, and all streamers and video gamers have our own like social media, and it is, the learning curve's weird because you're like, what is this? Servers and channels and like, okay, but honestly, once you learn it, like it's such an awesome way to just stay in touch. You share media, you can make your own like channel and stuff like that. It's just really, really cool to have the people be able to kind of meet up outside of the stream and talk to. They can ask you questions. What I do a lot of the time is I do fitness inspiration. That's what kind of changes me and it makes it a little different from other people's servers. Fitness inspiration, and then OBS help, like live help. Like, let's do a class this Tuesday. We're going to learn how to set up our sources and scenes so that you can automatically switch without a stream deck, you know, the things that you're doing over here. So we set up, you know, those kind of things that more than just Twitch streamers can benefit from, but it is definitely like focused on.
Yeah, because I literally had all of this up and running and figured out, and it was driving me nuts with this idea that I would actually have to sit here and click
them
to switch my scenes. And then I realized I could do hotkeys pretty early on, and I was like, I don't want to be fucking around with my keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, my keyboard's my keyboard. I knew I wanted to go online and shit. So yeah, that's how I stumbled on the fucking Stream Deck. I was like, oh, I can switch cameras with that?
The stream deck is lit. Wait till I'm gonna help you get some pictures on there. Some little fancy GIFs or GIFs if you're that kind
Check
of
this out.
person.
Boom.
Oh, damn. My dude already cut it up. Did you do the equations, dude?
No, that's just a screen sleep. It's a screen sleep. A screensaver. A sleep.
So they have
sleep
like
mode.
they have like an app sleep mode, and
It's
you just
it's
upload
just
a picture.
in the fucking, yeah, you literally.
Dude, I took a micrometer, or not even a micrometer. I took a calipers and measured the distance of the buttons and the space between.
No way.
Yes, I did. So I could take GIFs or
GIF.
whatever you call it, dude. It's a GIF. It's a hard G, man.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
It's a hard G. Who?
Here's my thing. People go, the guy who invented it called it a GIF.
I
so
don't
it's a
care.
GIF."
That's a
Here's my
troll.
thing. He's wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because you never change the pronunciation of the acronymed lettered word. So
Yeah.
it's graphic is the word.
Yeah, and
so
giraffic hasn't been around for like at least eons.
dude, it's it's a ridiculous argument. It's a fucking GIF.
Dude, I swear to God, one more person that says
I
that.
swear to Jod. I swear to Jod. Yeah, exactly.
That's a safe joke. All right.
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
dude. A little big duck energy up in the chat.
That's awesome that those guys came over and hung out with us.
Hell
That's
yeah.
huge. If you guys don't mind, it's free over on this platform. You can just hit that red button. And if you don't want to actually watch the podcast right now, that's fine. I have plenty of viewers and all that shit. But I just need these subs. Just unclick that bell then, so you don't get notifications. That way you don't get annoyed with all the podcasts we do. 'Cause we do 2 of these a week typically.
No, make sure to show Mr. Jared Singer the love. Give a
We
like,
do
give
need-
a subscribe.
We do need some subs, and for my people, go over to his YouTube channel and his Twitch, and also hit subscribe or follow or whatever you can do. I know we can do it on your YouTube channel, and Twitch. If they have Prime, they can sub for free. You said.
So
I think you can follow for free as well.
Yep. So the followers are free, and then follow. Essentially, what happens is you'll be notified every time I go live, and then you'll have to click on it, and you'll see a half-dressed in jorts man riding a spin bike playing video games.
Gorgeous.
But that's the
dressed in jorts, man.
That's the kicker.
It's beautiful. I mean, look at that smile. Oh, that's what it was. The pirate
Shout out to my
costume.
dentist, dude.
The fucking pirate costume. I gotta go back to the fucking dentist, dude. My teeth are falling apart again. Half these teeth are all fake.
Honestly, like I'm not sure what to do about, because it's April now, man. I don't know what to do about insurance. So again, I'm not that responsible. I fucking leapt.
Dude,
Like,
you're in
real
Minnesota.
big.
You got min care.
Yeah,
You just lost your job. Apply.
perhaps I do have
You don't
min
even-
care, but let
because-
me tell you what
because you
beats
have
min
a-
care. If you get a fresh set of tweezers, you can actually scrape clean your own teeth.
All
right.
Technically true. That's fucking hilarious. Self dental care is still dental care. That's so fucking disturbing. Oh my god! I just seen in my head. I just immediately pictured Tom Hanks in Castaway pulling out his own tooth, and he couldn't do it, so he had to hit it with the rock and knocked himself out.
Yeah, that was rough.
But now half of my teeth in the front are fake from either fights or when I was a kid. My what are the wisdom teeth? Jesus Christ! You'd think I'm drinking right now. My wisdom teeth grew in horizontally this way and crushed all my teeth together.
Oh, shit.
So like, yeah, dude, they're fucking way back like 15, 20 years ago. They had to fucking go in and basically do a bunch of root canals because my teeth were being crushed together and created chips and cavities and shit.
Yikes.
And once I finally got them taken out, I was fine for years. But now I'm getting to that age where shit starts falling out, you know? Like you hear about that with your parents when you were young. Oh, your teeth are falling apart. Oh. And it's like, yeah, because that happens. Like fillings and shit and like the work, you know, I don't know what it is if your body continues to change and grow and it just pushes shit out of the way or what it is. But yeah, I got to get back in. And
Teeth
fucking...
are weird.
It's also expensive and a horrible experience.
Yeah.
So it's like the most unincentivized trip for your own self-health, but it's still one of the most important. You know what I mean?
It really is. It really
so
is.
fucking stupid. I hate the dentist.
It took me a
Everyone
long.
hates the dentist.
Yeah.
Except Dalton's girlfriend. She goes obsessively. I'm just kidding, dude. All right, so let's get back to these real quick. I'm doing fine on my month. We already hit that. Joey, did you? Oh shit, we got pulled down. Joey, how do you put the sweaty?
The sweatle to the metal.
The sweatle. How do you put the sweatle to the metal so
and
hard,
I would
bro?
contest. I think I put the pedal to the sweatle. If you really think about it.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, it's the pedal to the sweatle.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Joe? It's because I'm here to fucking rip, man. All right? I'm trying to stay in shape, trying to stay looking good. So I'm here to rip and drip, baby. I'm dropping pounds and popping rounds over on Twitch. That's how I put the pedal to the sweatle.
That's so ridiculous. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I gotta if I win and if I upgrade to these mics, I gotta really spend some time dialing them in for this because yeah, these levels are way off. Like I feel like this is actually quieter on those meters. I don't know.
Yeah, the meters are your meters are a little low. I don't know. I feel like I got to be pretty close, and then when I get hyped up, I got to bring it back.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, then we're bouncing back into my mic again. So hopefully it's not too annoying in the echo, because I had to fucking figure that shit out with my old setup. If I got loud, I'd bounce into that mic and it would literally echo, just because it's just enough of a delay.
Dude,
I am correct on recidivism.
Nailed it.
Repeat offenders.
Clay wants to know when we're doing the Daddy Issues tour. Clay's coming in tomorrow, man. Or not, maybe not tomorrow, but he's your next episode, ain't it? Clay Dieters.
Yeah, Clay is Thursday. Yep.
Mr. Clay Dieters.
From the issue.
In the house.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. So much. Dude. So the last show I was able to go to was Rebel Queens. And we had a bunch of people out, man.
No shit.
Yeah, I started a little group on Facebook called the Rock Hard Rockers Club, and we all were like getting together and going to shows. So a bunch of us finally were able to go meet up at the Rebel Queen show. It was fucking awesome, and Clay was there. Dude, such a good time. Such good memory. I'm having like an inside memory right now, which maybe doesn't like translate to content so well. But fuck it, dude. I need you to know, Clay, I had a fucking blast singing Lick It Up by
That's
Kiss
awesome.
with you, dude. Lick it up. Lick it up. Yeah.
God damn, I love that song. There's a bunch
dude.
of those old Kiss tunes I loved, man. That's a fucking, oh my God. You just bring up Kiss and I'm like, I
didn't even know. I didn't even know I loved Kiss until I was fucking shoulder to shoulder with that, bro.
Thanks for
Singing.
the love, Ellie and Braden. She said, loving this podcast. Tell Joey Ben. Ben says, stay sent, bruh.
Yeah, dude, sending it.
Stay sent.
I'm just gonna send it.
Stay sexy, not sent.
No, I like sent. I like sent, dude.
Stay sent.
I'll try to stay sexy, but I'll definitely stay sent.
That's so funny. Oh my God. Okay, so apparently this is not Dusty from Common Choir. This is Zach from Common Choir. I'm sorry, buddy. I just know that Dusty's in that band, and
Dusty's been out for a while. I think it's been like 2 years.
Well, he was in that band.
He was. Oh yeah,
that's how I know of that band, is because
100%.
Dusty was in it, and
100%.
Dusty just hit me up and asked me to.
There's actually a really sorry, Dusty, and we will get to the macabre, but there's a really important question in chat, which is how do you get the cleanest cut for your jorts? And that's a fantastic question, Corrupt. I'm glad you came over. Thanks for showing the love over here on the YouTubes too. I'd like to say basically what you do is you take a marker, okay, and you lay it down and you make a very arbitrary line, and you can do it like brush strokes, like a painter kind of does when they're starting to start a sketch. Get a little brushy, and then what you want to do is you want to jab. You really want to jab with the scissors, okay, and you want to go in to make your first cut because you want it to be kind of arbitrary, kind of like the marker was, but really it's like a planned, unplanned kind of thing. And then you just follow the line that nature gave you. You know, the jort gods have given you a line. You follow that fucking line. All right, that's how you cut jorts.
That is the most passionate. I love it. Oh my God, that was brilliant. This is a great podcast. I'm
Great
having
question,
so much fun.
dude.
I'm having so much
Gotta
fun.
be Fiskars. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get down to the semantics of it, really just take any pair of kitchen shears, anything. Doesn't have to be Fiskars, but Fiskars is a great brand. I
What is
stand by
Fiskars?
Fiskars. You don't know Fiskars?
Oh man,
Dude.
do you know me? I don't know shit. I am the most oblivious motherfucker on the planet.
Dude, Fiskars they're like the brand of scissors if you're like a 4 to 5 year old child. When I was a kid, dude,
You made me
Fiskars-
feel so much better about myself. Like I thought I stepped in some shit. I thought I was about to look like a clown, and you saved me.
Yeah, Fiskars when I was in elementary school. When I was in elementary
Oh my
school,
God,
Fiskars
dude.
were the scissors to have. Like if you didn't have Fiskars, you were getting made fun of behind your back, in front of your face, everywhere.
Jesus Christ, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You better carry your dull ass scissors to the playground because someone's
Oh
gonna
my
beat your
God,
ass
dude,
up, man.
I'm dying. You don't know what fucking Fiskars are, bro? The look in your eyes, the intensity. Rip and trip, baby.
Ripping and dipping.
All right, we're
Dude.
caught up on comments.
All right,
All right, good.
dude.
Thank you guys for
the
hanging
Rebel
out.
Queen show. So much love, dude.
I got another
that
clip
was
I
great.
want to play. We got a couple more, so we got plenty of stuff for you guys. This is, I think, I was going to time this out differently, but the way we started the podcast, we went right into the music. So I was like, fuck it, let's play some of this music so people get a vibe for it right away.
Yeah.
Now is what we're going to do is this is what I thought was a really beautiful and hilarious transition between the gaming you do, your YouTube content, your Twitch streams, and your musical talent. I fucking love this. This shit had me dying from jump. Like immediately out of the gate, I was already laughing as soon as this started. Let me cue this up. We should get that one off, and I believe it's this clip right here. Here we go.
All around me are familiar faces. Roses, paid skin, roses, paid skins. Dropping early in the hottest places. Load out races, spicy places. The kilos filling up their classes. No exceptions, no exceptions. Time for bed, we'll run it back tomorrow. Dub tomorrow, dub tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. These lobbies which I die in, filled with sweats with streamer tags. I find it kinda tilting, I find it hard to take. My teammates died a circle while Nick Merckx is in a Chad world. Chad world.
That's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you, man. So yeah, I hope you guys like that clip. I thought it was fucking hilarious, dude. Cause like, I don't know, there's something going on with this whole Call of Duty map issue, right? That's the point, is they're getting rid of that map, or
Yep.
they're changing it or something.
Yep, that's one thing about to go on, is they're gonna nuke Verdansk, and I would appreciate if you called it by its proper name.
What did I say?
You just said the map, but it's called Verdansk. It's like the weirdest name, and like I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" But it's like a Russian. I don't know if it's a real place. I don't think it's a real place, but for me,
It's a
real.
classic Call of Duty map, though, right? It's been in since like Call of Duty 2, I think, or Call of Duty 3.
Maybe strong, maybe, but that was during my my hiatus from video games.
Oh, that was when I actually played Call of Duty.
Right. So I don't know about Verdansk being in any of the old maps, because I've heard of like Toten and all these like German sounding maps and shit, but I've never heard of Verdansk before this. I just kicked your dog. Sorry, pup. It was a light kick. It was.
She didn't move. She's fat.
Yeah, it wasn't swift.
She doesn't care.
It was.
As long as she can keep them big peepers on me.
But one of the things happening for the video game community, I got to represent my love for Verdansk. I'm a little sad it's going to go. They put zombies on there. Now there's everybody. I saw something on Twitter this morning. Maybe it was a troll, but there was like a nuke coming. There's rockets flying in the sky. So we're going to miss you, Verdansk. I'm going to put it on paper right now. I love you, Verdansk, and you're in my heart.
This has got a lot of people worked up. If I'm being 100% honest, it really does. It's not just you. I'm not just poking fun right now. Oh fuck, I forget the other dude. It's something in JT on Instagram. JT Parr, and I forget the other dude's name. It's like Chris and JT or some shit like that, or Ryan and JT. They're basically these two like California bros.
Yeah.
And they went and just tried to sell a bunch of NFTs to raise money for a Paul Walker statue. Like, they're just total fucking surf bros, and they got the whole California accent and everything. And I just seen this Instagram clip from one of their podcasts where he's starting a legitimate petition to save Verdansk.
Yes,
for Verdansk or whatever it's called.
Yes, I will sign that.
Yeah, dude, this is a real thing. It's really got people worked up, because I read the comments on it, and people are furious. People are not cool. It's like they're canceling Game of Thrones before season 8, before we knew how bad it was going to be, because now a lot of people would be like, yeah, cancel that. I'd rather have not seen the end. But Oh my god, dude! I think that shit's hilarious. So much so that dude wants to start a petition. You wrote a song.
Well, this
Well, you
that song
parodied a
is like
song.
an ode to the sweats. You know, it's less about Verdansk in its own, and more about like the people that choose the classic rose skin. You know, there's a certain skin that's darker. It's like literally just it's an all black chick dressed in this like gimp suit. So all you see are her eyes, and that's it. It's just eyes. And you can go in dark places in the map and literally train yourself to hide in corners so people literally cannot see you. So I wear this dude. It's a huge black dude. He's huge. His hip box is bigger, everything. His body is literally larger than everything else. He's wearing all bright white and a gold inlay like Gucci shirt, man, on purpose. Okay? That's because of you guys out there taking advantage of us and taking advantage of lighting and contrast. We have to use special apps so we can see this shit. Are you
I was
kidding
gonna
me?
say, why don't you just crank up your brightness?
I
and
do.
contrast?
I do, and you still can't see
Because
them,
they
man.
blend in with the color, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah, it just still
it's not
happening.
real life.
Yeah, they're like they trained for this. They trained for hours.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god, that's so funny. Like, yeah, there's a whole. This is how long it's been since I played Call of Duty, bro. I played Call of Duty before you could do any of that. Like, there was no skins. There's no customizing the weapons.
Right.
None of that shit.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 3 was the last Call of Duty I played. And I quit playing because I realized I had an issue. I had an issue with allowing 11-year-olds to piss me off to the point where I would have murdered that little kid. If I had the ability, I would have reached through the headset and I would have strangled him to death. Because he just said the right things to strike the right nerves. And instead, I just literally powered off my Xbox. He'd probably think I rage quit. I set down my controller, took off my headset, and I didn't play video games for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Except for
Wow.
like franchise mode on Madden and shit where there's nobody, like no more multiplayer shit. This shit is on a new level.
That is
because these little fuck boys were pissing me off.
That is
man.
powerful. We call that a Zen quit. Okay, that's not a rage quit. You changed your life, man.
I was
fucking
like,
shut it down.
multiplayers are done. Zen quit. There's a Zen quit. I love it. I love it. I feel like I deserve points for that.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a special like level of enlightenment when you Zen quit again.
Oh yeah, you
All right,
you need
with this.
Xbox points for that, dude. 100%, 10,000.
There should be like a badge you get, like you go and apply, and you like explain your, and then they just send you a card like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Like you gotta send them your controller to prove you didn't break it.
Yeah, it's an unbroken controller with just like a obviously gripped real hard, but just you let it go.
Yeah, maybe a button doesn't work because that's just
age
age and use to show it's not a brand new controller you just
Exactly.
mailed in.
Yeah.
Shit, if it is a brand new controller, you just figured something out in the first 8 days. That's better than most of us. No, but I think it's really fucking cool what you're doing, dude. And before we get to this fucking macaw question, I think it's really cool that you're able to get that kind of encouragement early enough before it's about the money to take that leap. Because for a lot of people, that's what they have to do is they get these ideas like you and I have, and they have a really good paying job. So I did mine out of force because we talked about that, right? You did yours out of different motivations. But at the end of the day, some guys, they have a family, they have kids, they have medical insurance, they have a mortgage, they have a 401k, and they're making 80 to 100 grand a year doing that job. They're not going to ever get rich, but they're doing well enough. Their wife's probably got a decent job. So in their head, they're looking at it like, I need to make like 150, 250 grand a year to have the legitimate security to give the rest of this up. Because like, even if you're only making 80 to 120 grand a year at your day job, what your company's putting into your 401k as a match, the benefits you don't have to pay for, payroll tax, all that other auxiliary ancillary shit that goes in with working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then we're not even getting into the legal liabilities and shit. Like, I just think it's so cool that you were able to make that jump without having to, because here's what I'm getting at with that. These guys go, oh, I would need this huge number in order to be able to just like let go of all this. That grind to get to that number is so long that the battle of attrition kicks in and most people don't even get to that point. But if you could just, and here's what I'm getting at, and I think you said this while I was going to the bathroom. I think I overheard this correct. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm like amending what you're saying. But it's like, dude, you don't need 80 to 120 grand to actually quit. If you do the math, you only need 40. And if you quit at 40, you quit your real job at 40 and concentrate. That 8 hours a day you're going in to do fucking, you know, reports or, you know, bend metal or whatever it is your job is doing, or welding. If you put that same amount of time and energy into yourself and your own content, you'd go from 40 to 120 to 250 a fucking hell of a lot faster.
Yep.
And it would be a better ride because you have to.
Yeah.
Like there's a direct incentive. Whereas if you just keep that comfortable day job and you just keep on trucking, and maybe this will work out someday, it never will work out because you're never putting the time and energy into it. It's just a casual thing you do on the side, unless you're really fucking passionate about it. Like Tom Grossi on YouTube, all he does is run a Packers channel. All he does is talk football, Packers football. He does live casts where he watches the football game, puts the score and updates and shit on the screen, and he just sits there and does live commentary. Hilarious. But he's incredibly passionate about it. He teaches at a college, and he's got a real job. But I guarantee you he still already makes more money on this YouTube channel than he does at this job.
Right.
But he loves that, and he loves this. So he's not quitting either. That's the perfect dream. That's where we all want to be, right? I'm making money in two different places.
Yeah.
He's literally making money just being him. Being a Packer fan and teaching. That's who he is. That's the kind of shit that I see what you're doing. And I just think it's really cool that, unlike YouTube, you can start generating some sort of community and income and see some sort of positive, tangible numbers right out of the gate like that. Whereas like YouTube, it's a thankless bitch, man.
Right.
You got to get up to 1,000 subs before you even have the option, and then you can apply. And I'm terrified. I might get to 1,000, and then they're like, no.
Right. Yeah, it takes.
You ain't Joe Rogan.
Well, I'm not Nick Merckx, man, but I'll tell you what, Nick Merckx is not me, and Joe Rogan is not you. So Joe Rogan doesn't have the, I know for a fact, he can't play music, and I've heard him sing. You know, like, I've heard it. I've listened to a lot of Joe Rogan podcasts.
I bet you we could teach him how to sing, though.
Probably. He's
because he can hit
do
melodies. Like, if you listen to him,
yeah,
he hits steps properly. Like, whether he just doesn't have any vocal control. I bet you we could teach him.
Oh, I guarantee. And it doesn't matter if he had no vocal control, because that's the type of person that will grind if they want to get good at that thing. And grind has become like a dirty word in all these different industries. Like, it matters. Working hard, call it whatever you want. He will work hard day in, day out, figure out a way to get good, and he will inspire you. That's why he has a channel that has blown up, because he will inspire you.
Or somebody he has on, Will.
You want to be, or somebody he has on, because that's the type, that's who you attract. When you are a positive person, when you are inspiring people, you will attract people that want to inspire and be inspired, and you will go out, they will go outward, and they will inspire other people. That's what we need more of in the entire world.
And then to get those people to come together and start collaborating, because that's when even better ideas start coming about, and you start combining resources, and then that's when the platform gets bigger too, because you start sharing fans and viewers and listeners, and then you get another community that's even bigger than, because you've built your community over on Twitch. I'm building a community here. My boy Greg Chilton, shout out to Ritual Madness podcast. He's building a community over there. Same thing with John Wheeler. You know Wheeler, with the Alchemical Cocktail Lounge. All of those are featured channels at the bottom. By the way, you can just go subscribe at the bottom of my own channel. When we all come together like that, we take our own little individual communities, and now we're just stronger for the whole. And the collaboration and the cooperation is vital to that. I mean, that's literally, if you think about it, exactly what they did. To go back to the Rogan thing, that's what he did out in LA.
Yep.
Is he took all these comedians, they all started their own podcasts, but
Yep.
then they went and guest and hang out and do each other's podcasts.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. It's really not. It's not easy to do, but it is not fucking complicated. It's really that important.
It goes back to that thing I was talking about, which is support, man. When I was getting sober, I was kind of being a smartass, and there was a guy and came in and talked, and I was in the back of the room, and I heard him talking, and he was super inspiring. And he was like, I'm going to open it up for questions. And people were asking him questions and asking him questions, and I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking stump him. I'm going to say the hard thing. That wasn't necessarily what I wanted to know, but it's what I thought would catch him up, right? And I said, what is the single most important thing about doing something so difficult as getting sober? It's quitting the thing that's taking over your brain to tell you, to rewire you to think that you need it to survive. Literally, like food. And without a moment's hesitation, support. He looked me in the eyes and said, support. And he said, great question. And I didn't even know I needed that question. But that affects me to this day so much. And that support, it comes from other people. It comes from within, but it comes from other people believing in you so that you can believe in yourself. That's that thing, man. I'll love you till you love yourself. And when you have someone that genuinely and unconditionally loves you, like your family, like your parents, whatever it may be, until you can love yourself, even because love is dynamic, man. Everyone wants to think this is it and it lasts forever. All things in life just seem to ebb and flow, and they're dynamic, and interest and love. They have novelty, but they also have peaks and valleys, right? The support that I was able to receive from the community came because I made my pledge for 2021. My New Year's resolution was to help other streamers, other small streamers, other people starting out that had questions. I was going to help. This was before I knew I was quitting my job. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I absolutely.
You were already established in the Twitch thing for a
established.
while?
I was for like 14 days I was affiliate, and I was like, this. As soon as I was doing it, I was like, this is the thing. Because I played music. I love music. And when I play music, I'm like, God, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. But it could never come together in a way that, like, and I hate to say it about it because I fucking love music, but it would never come together in a way until I got into Unkle Daddy. It really just wasn't. When people look at you, play music, right? And people, you play this little thing called music, right? When you show someone something you're doing, you're putting your heart and soul into, it matters how they respond. And when people, I've played music for a long fucking time, and like you get those people that look at you and they just go, holy shit. And I don't mean the people that slap hands with you and go, good set, dude. I mean the people that look at you and go, holy shit. And it gives you the fucking chills,
drunk
man.
Bitches.
No, that's a different kind. That's a different kind.
Those are the only ones that have ever been mesmerized by me on stage, are drunk women.
When people look at you, man, and they really, like, you changed that person, you feel that forever. It stays in your soul, man. I would get that in different bands, and I was like, I think this is it. I love playing music. And when I got in Unkle Daddy, that ratio went up a lot. A lot of people just love, because I've been playing in metal bands and emo bands, and it hits different than when you go up and you just have a fucking blast. Mm-hmm. And now more and more people are like, holy shit. And I'm starting to think, like, this is the thing. But the problem is, it's not even a problem. It's not a problem at all. I got into the band and they said, check this out. And I was like, these guys fucking rip, dude. These guys rip. I would be honored to be in this band. And those guys were like, we do this for fun. We want to play a certain amount every, couple shows a month. And we do it, we're having a blast.
I just realized that thing's been fucking cockeyed this whole time. I'm such a bad producer.
Dude, this is a slight little, slight cock. So a slight cocking never hurt a whole production.
Oh, hey, over there, you got a little slight cock going to you.
You got a little slight clock? Clock.
Tough
all right.
line.
Yeah. Damn.
Keep going. Sorry.
Damn, dude, I could have nailed it. I could have been a contender.
Sorry, brother. Keep going, man.
And once those guys wanted to play for fun, and honestly, they have wives, they have awesome careers, they have degrees. I don't have any of that. You know
Degrees?
what I mean? They got degrees and shit.
Degrees?
Yeah, like masters and shit. I don't even like know. I don't even honestly know like the difference.
What are you
between
doing with
bachelor's-
your lives, guys?
and so really what it is the success of Uncle Daddy, and it's I wanted something that I could put all of my love and passion into. And then the second that streaming came along and people were saying the same thing, man, the encouraging, and I was able to encourage people back, I knew. It's like when people say to you, like, when you meet the girl of your dreams, you'll know, or you meet the person of your dreams, you'll know. It was exactly that in the form of a community. It was like all of these people, and I fucking love doing it. And what started happening was a job that I liked going to. I liked learning, was kind of getting stagnant a little bit, but it was a great fucking job and a great career for a lot of people that go through and retire from and have great lives. But for me, I started resenting giving any time to it because I had something I actually fucking loved.
Right.
So the second it hit, to go back to answer your question from 3 years ago that you gave me, the second I started resenting going there, I was like, I know me. This resentment is going to get worse, and I'm going to start hating this job, and I don't want to hate this job. I appreciate that job, that career, for everything it taught me, man. I worked on like bicycle brakes before I got there, and they taught me and let me work my way up from forklift driver to machine operator to mechanic to like the highest labor grade under going to school for something that you can achieve in the place. Mm-hmm. And I am so grateful for that. And the people there are absolutely amazing. But there is a no, there are amazing people there, dude. There really are. And there are people working hard, and I love the blue collar community. But unfortunately for that place, the juxtaposition between an environment that just naturally suppressed people for some reason, it was like the nicest way I can put it is like when you get into this culture, it just begets more of itself, where there was like reward for kind of being lazy, if you will, because hard work would get you more hard work because you prove that you're willing and able to work hard, which feels great for a while. It feels great to work hard and accomplish stuff and tell your boss, I want more responsibility. That's an important part of life. Stepping up and showing yourself, just like you're saying with these mind things, you want to show yourself you can quit drinking. Showing myself I could or smoking.
I know
drinking
I can
then
quit
smoking.
drinking. I know I can quit drinking. I mean,
you want to show yourself these things. It begins in the mind. And for me, I wanted to show myself I can handle work and going to work these 12-hour shifts, and I want more responsibility. I learned that from a dude named Brian Tracy. Super good author. He's very inspiring, and he's, go ask your boss for more responsibility. You will get noticed, and once they give it to you, go accomplish it immediately, and then go back and ask for more responsibility. And as I started doing that, I started becoming a better worker, a better person, and I kept doing that, and I started applying it to my everyday things. But what would happen is it didn't thrive in that environment the way that I needed it to thrive. And as soon as I started streaming, the hard work and telling myself, I want more responsibility. I want to make a music video. Nobody that I know so far, I mean, I'm sure there are, nobody that I know so far is making a live music video and performing live karaoke. And then next time I'm going to put lyrics, and it's going to be to our new song that comes out. And that's the creative aspect that I can put out there that I don't think anyone else is doing. And what it took was hours and hours and hours of hard work that I couldn't have put in if I still had that job.
Right.
So I was starting to
it's almost like
resent going there.
And it's almost like you started to realize what you're meant to do versus what you're doing. And you started to realize it's almost like you're avoiding your destiny, your calling, which is you're supposed to be over here doing this. And again, it goes back to that idea that like you're spending 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day for somebody else.
Yeah.
At some point in time, unless that job is paying you huge amounts of money, you're going to regret it. Like, that's why almost everybody should or does have a side hustle. At a minimum, they got this other thing where they get that little sense of accomplishment, because You're gonna work your ass off, and that's what I keep trying to tell people is you're gonna work your ass off, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're doing it, no matter who you're doing it for. It might as well be you.
Yeah.
Work your ass off so you're the one going to play golf every Wednesday and not some other asshole. And it's so funny because I have my old boss Chuck. He's actually been on the podcast. He plays golf every Wednesday, and he always thinks that's a shot at him. And it's like, no, it's just a random. Because like literally, I don't know what it is about Wednesdays, but almost every boss I've ever had that went and played golf did it on Wednesdays. Like, and they'd leave work at 10 a.m. Oh, I got a tee time. Make it quick. You fucking douchebag. Like, are you trying to motivate people, or are you trying to rub it in our faces that you get to go play golf while the rest of us toil around in fucking perfect 73-degree weather after a harsh winter? You know, like, it just, I hated it, dude. It just made me so miserable. Like, and I never, no matter how I looked at it, it was like, in order to make it through this company and get to a place where I'm a vice president and I'm making, you know, $200,000 a year plus commissions, the games and the dedication, like, this is what I'm gonna fucking die as, like, a guy here. And I just couldn't do it anymore. But I knew I needed jobs, so then I just started. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna find something where I can do like 30 hours a week. That's all you get. It's all the time. My time's valuable. All I can afford to sell you is 30 hours.
Right.
And I bounced around from a few places, and then I finally found this one really great spot right by the house, good money, and then COVID happened.
Damn, dude.
So for me, it was like something I was planning towards, and I was going to do it anyways. And is what really changed for me was the timeline. That nobody has to feel bad. Like, I was already getting prepared to do this anyways. I had already started a podcast before that and shut it down because I wasn't ready. Right. You know, it wasn't what I wanted to do yet, and I didn't know how to do it. But yeah, then it just sped up my timeline. So, you know, when I tell that story, you guys, it's not a sob story. I'm not trying to get anybody to feel bad for me by any means, but no, it's just something out of necessity that you got to do, because at some point in time you realize that your time is irreplaceable, and you can either. That's the beauty of America, is you can do whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to go work for anybody. Yeah. You just got to believe in yourself and take the leap.
Yeah. I've been fortunate, man, and it sounds like you've been fortunate too. Yeah. COVID's a weird thing, dude.
It was a great equalizer. It brought a lot of us down to the same footing.
Well, it's like they say, rising tides raise all ships. It's a very similar concept in the other way, but it also helps us realize that,
like, the low tide sinks all ships. Yeah. You know, and the big ones hit the bottom first, if we're being honest.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, they'll fill the bottom a lot quicker. It's just a matter of taking certain securities away, and we as human beings, we rely on these securities like insurance and all this stuff that's set up that we spend lots and lots of money on. It's to feel secure and to actually be secure in as much as we can. You know, we have car insurance to feel and be secure that if we accidentally have an accident or something like that, these securities affect our mindset. So when all that went out the window, the time may have happened a little bit differently, but I think I know I did, kind of freaked out a little bit. You know, you kind of freak out, and for me, I was lucky enough to stay working, so I just kind of put my balls to the wall and went. That's the phrase, right? Balls to the wall?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that is a phrase,
and I think that is the way to use it. Yeah, you went balls to the wall.
Right. I think I said I put... You got your balls. Yeah, I think I said I put my balls to the wall, though, and that's where I'm getting a little... That's where the image is hitting me.
Gotcha. Like you walked up and set your sack up.
I was just like, this is the right thing to do.
I never thought about that phrase, balls to the wall. Like, what does that mean? Like, you're running so, like, naturally, here's where my brain is. You run at the wall so hard that your balls even hit the wall.
Yeah, like your hands
couldn't
stop
if you just say... Yeah, I put my balls to the wall. Then all of a sudden, I just imagine you grabbing your own sack and just setting it up to the wall, like you're teabagging the wall.
I just gently decided that
Jamie's, look that up in Urban Dictionary. What does balls to the wall mean? Yeah, look that up for us.
Do you put your balls to the wall, or do you... I think you go balls to the wall. Like, nobody just walks up and puts their balls to the wall gently. Like, it's a forced, it's an inertiatic.
It's a verb. You go balls to the wall. It's not an adjective. It's not describing. No, it's an action. You go balls to the wall.
Well, guess what? We're making it an adjective, and we're gonna stay balls to the wall.
Sacks against the sheetrock. There's another question. I was actually going to ask you this because we were kind of segueing up to it. So, because we started talking about Unkle Daddy again, and that's perfect because we have one more song to play.
Awesome.
As we get towards the end of this, we're still doing pretty good on time. We're still under 3 hours. But what are you guys up to currently? What do you got coming up? What more can we plug? Because we've definitely let people know about the Twitch and the purpose behind it.
Yeah.
We started on music. We can end on music. So what does Unkle Daddy got coming up? I know you mentioned you're dropping something coming out soon.
Yeah, so we're working on an album right now. It's our second album, tentatively titled Vanity, which it's definitely going to be titled that because I need it. I need it. We love our van. It's called the Daddy Caddy. And it's the only, it's the only van for us, except when it's not working, which is always. So we love our van. Vanity will hopefully be getting recorded by the end of this year. It's really like all COVID based. We haven't been practicing. And our guitarist on a little soul journey. He's in the hot tub right now. Hopefully you're still in the hot tub here 3 hours later, and you're pruned like a motherfucker.
I don't think it's safe for your testicles to be in there that long.
Yeah, go put him to the wall to like straighten him out from the prune.
Put your sack against the sheetrock.
Dick to brick, buddy.
Dick
All right.
to brick. Sack to stack.
So we do have shows coming up. June 4th, playing with
Big Duck.
Big Duck Energy back in the chat. Hey! We're playing with Revenant Soul on June 4th and Auto Incorrect. And then we are playing Rockfest. We're actually opening Rockfest July 14th. So
that's sick.
Yeah, dude. We were set for July of 2020, and then COVID hit, and like our momentum. I think it's like everyone's momentum stopped, but you still feel it, man. We were fucking ripping, dude.
Yeah, that's a real thing in the entertainment business when you're trying to do something from the ground up. Like it really is about momentum, and you're building on buzz and hype, and you're starting to do these things, and then that's why you can't take breaks. That's why you can't take time off. You got to keep building on that, man. Like, I wonder how it's gonna come back. I want to know what Rockfest is like this year, because that has been an enormously huge concert for as long as I can remember.
Right.
I kind of want to go to that one.
Maybe you should. July 14th.
I
Wednesday.
hate crowds that are that big. The only crowd that big I can tolerate is the fucking state fair, because I can just keep moving and keep walking.
Because deep fried Snickers is what you meant.
I will eat a deep fried Snickers.
Dude, you got it.
I can only do like a bite. It's so rich.
No, I eat like 3 of them and fall asleep on the walk back.
For
to
me,
the
it's
car.
the beers. It's the amazing different crazy beers they do every year, and the food. Yeah, there's different foods they do. It's not just the deep fried shit, but it usually is the deep fried shit. And like a couple years ago, we did duck bacon wontons. Those were amazing. They were so good, dude.
Duck bacon wonton. I love all of those words.
Fucking amazing. They're when you first go in, you take that right on that main road from the main gate, and you just go all the way down. And then on your right hand side, you'll see that log cabin. That's the spot, and that's also where they serve the s'mores beer. It's amazing. It's like an ale. It's like a dark brown ale, and then they put like chocolate sprinkles on the top, like real chocolate though,
like a dark cacao.
Yeah. Yep. And dude, it's amazing. It's so good. And then they do a mini donut beer, not at that same place, but they do a dill pickle beer at that spot.
Gross.
No, it's amazing.
No.
I swear to God, it's amazing.
No, take it back.
Nope. Swear to God, it's amazing. They do the dill pickle beer at that place. And then there's another spot, I can't remember the name of it, but they do a mini donut beer, and that one will fucking ruin your life because it is so good. The basic beer isn't even amazing. It's just a simple brown ale, a lighter brown ale. But they put the brown sugar shit on top, and then they give you a mini donut and they split it and put it over the rim. And every time you take a drink, it tastes like mini donuts. It is the most dangerous shit ever. And you can only get it at the State Fair.
Tell me something, Jared. Why do tiny baby donuts taste so much better than any other donut?
I think it's a different
Why does
dough.
the size of the donut affect the flavor? Because they're so fucking good.
Because you can't just throw that flavor on a full-size donut. It doesn't taste like a mini donut. I think it's a different type of dough.
So we talk maybe
mini donuts are deep fried. Most donuts I don't think are deep fried. Or
okay, we're gonna have to get a fact check on that. But I think it's like
Jamie's, look that up. How are most donuts made?
Jamie's.
Yeah, that's the fans, because they're not real. They're not just fans anymore. They're our producers.
Okay.
So I don't have a Jamie. So the fans, the listeners, the viewers, they're more than just fans. They're more than just supporters. They're our producers. So yeah, when we don't know what we're talking about, instead of just being idiots, we just go, "Hey, Jamie's, look that up. How are most donuts made? Are they deep fried, or are they baked?"
I think they're deep fried, dude.
God damn it! Now I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't either, but I just feel like in my soul.
I just
like,
found out the other day bagels are boiled.
No fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why New York bagels are all better, because the water comes from the St. Lawrence River. That's why the pizzas are better. Shout out to New York. Much love.
I have heard that, and I believe that. And my buddy was like, "Yeah, I don't think that actually matters." I'm like, "I don't know, man, because people notice when breweries move and the water changes, because you have to adjust." Like Surly, like a lot of people aren't a fan of Surly Furious here in town anymore. Not because they got burnt out on it. It was after they moved to Minneapolis, because they had to change and alter their recipe. And then they lost a brewer, Todd, I think his name was. But regardless, the water does matter. I think the water does matter, and that would probably matter more in bagels, right, than any of the other pastries and
anything if you're boiling it. I mean, but you don't boil pizza, do you?
No.
Have you ever? Let's try.
Have you ever grilled a pizza made a pizza on a grill outside?
No, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good,
dude. There's so much. Have you ever deep fried a steak? It's not good.
No. No, I haven't.
Just like, because deep frying and steak are the two best things in culinary. Everybody knows that. So you deep fry, you combine them, and you think it'd be better, but it actually doesn't work.
I will make something that'll fuck you up though, dude. Like, it's keto friendly too.
All right.
I'll have to make it for you sometime this summer. Come back over. We'll do another podcast.
All right.
And I'll make you a keto friendly. Well, yeah, because bread is not anti-keto, right?
Well, bread is
no, bread is, because that's a sugar, that's a carb.
Yeah, bread is the enemy, man.
So I'll you know what I'll do? I'll put it in a lettuce wrap for you.
Okay.
I got you.
Now you're speaking my language, dude. That's what you do, man. That's the real hack. Anything you want to put bread on, just lettuce.
Or the other thing is you figure out a way to melt cheese just to the point where it's still a little pliable, but that takes, because it still crunches a little bit, so you almost burn the cheese a little bit. Like, maybe I'll make a little fucking.
Dude, let me tell you. The
lettuce wrap is way less work.
Let me tell you this. You know, it's a lot of work, but totally worth it. Making a bacon crust pizza. Okay, a pizza out of a bacon weave. You weave the bacon. All right.
I've seen this. Yes. Go on.
You weave the bacon, you leave your body. It's an outer body experience.
You weave and then you leave, baby.
I'm telling you, dude.
That is so fucking funny.
It's so good. You don't need any toppings besides cheese.
We got one more question, by the way.
All right.
What's your favorite venues and favorite bands to play with?
Oh, all right. Well, I absolutely love The Issue, Revenant Soul, Stormbreakers, awesome. Dude, there are so many good bands in Minneapolis, and I was fortunate enough to start learning and meeting some of these people when I started playing with Unkle Daddy, but I wish I had been around longer, dude.
A lot of us have gotten old and fat, so you're not missing out on much. All jokes aside, though, I would agree as well. There are actually still a lot of good bands in here, but we just don't have the scene that we used to have, where when a good band starts, there's a very linear path for them to hook up with other great bands and other bookers and promoters. We're starting to see that stuff happen again. with a handful of bands, including Via. They're doing some really cool shit. They just shout out to Via, shout out to Eric. Those guys are doing some really big things, actually. Some really big things. I'm really excited for them.
I saw that.
Eric was just on. I don't think I have Eric booked again, but maybe I'll try to get him on right before that tour or something, because that's gonna be fucking dope for those guys. And so it's starting to happen again. And that's kind of what we're trying to do here, is like help build that up. I'm excited because I'm starting to go back out to shows and shit. And the thing I'm most excited for is like you guys play out and somebody comes up and they're like, hey, I saw you guys on the Extravaganza. I wanted to come and check you out. That's what I'm waiting for. That's going to be because that's when we know it's really actually working. Somebody that found your band through this podcast, or found your comedy through this podcast, or fucking bought your woodworking shit because you came on the podcast. Like, that's what I'm excited for, because that is going to encourage more and more people to do what you're doing.
Right.
To take that leap and go, wow, okay. Because people realize that out in LA, like, oh man, if I can like just become a respectable comedian and like really, really try, like if I go on Rogan, you can blow up. And then that got overplayed, because that's, people figured out there's a formula. Just get on Rogan and you have a career. It's literally pretty much that easy. But that's after you get 3 million subscribers. Now he doesn't even have a YouTube anymore, and he still has 10 million subscribers. It's just clips now. I don't even think do you know what's going on with JRE clips?
No.
Because he used to have a clips channel and then his regular channel, and now all his clips just go on his regular channel because he's on Spotify.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what's going on.
He
with
probably
that
had
channel
more
now.
subs to his regular channel, so he decided the
about a
monetization
third.
was there. Can't really put the same content on the other, which we kind of can. Dude, repurposing content is so important when you have Twitter and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. You have all these different formats, so there's a barrier to entry, right? So it's a pain in the ass. You got to make square for Instagram. You have to make portrait for TikTok. And YouTube Shorts. But if you want to make a regular YouTube, now you have to do landscape, 1080p style, 1920 by 1080. And the fact that I know that, or how to spell the word extravaganza, by the way, pisses me off, dude. All right? These are the things that I didn't want to have to know. There's so many A's in that fucking word.
I think if you
I want to throw like an O.
I just want to get to the point where you can just type in Jared Singer EX and it just pops up.
Yeah, I had to start. I threw out all the A's. I had to put all the A's in there, make it pop up. Extravaganza. It's like, come on, man.
Really?
Yeah, throw some more friggin' vowels in there, Vanna. You know what I mean?
I contemplated calling it the experiment, but I thought that sounded too temporary.
No,
I wanted
I like
people
it, dude.
to let them know. And I called it the extravaganza for 2 reasons, because we're gonna literally do whatever the fuck we want. Who knows where this thing's gonna end up. And number 2, arguably the greatest local band name of all time, the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza.
Wait, Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza is local to here?
I think they started here. Maybe
really?
Not. Maybe not.
So I heard about them when I was in New York.
I might have made that up. Jamie's looked that up.
Jamie's.
And we're still waiting on how most donuts are made. Come on.
Dude, and getting back to that, here's my theory.
Oh, apparently the Via Corn thing was a April Fool's joke. Well, they fooled me.
Oh, they fooled me too.
You fucks. Fuck you, Via.
That was a good
joke. You know what? Everyone go to Via and unsubscribe. Sons of bitches.
Joke's on you.
Suckers. We have the last laugh now.
I think what it is a powder to dough ratio. I think the powder to dough ratio is better on the little mini guys. I don't think it's a different dough, and this is why I think so.
Well, are we talking little donuts or mini donuts? Because mini donuts definitely have a different density versus like the Little Debbie circle ones. Those are
but your
mini.
those aren't. Those are probably baked. That's the problem. Little Debbie is lazy.
That's a bullshit.
Nobody. You think donut? You're thinking a Little Debbie? No, you're thinking a Krispy Kreme. You're thinking a Dunkin' Donuts if you're an East Coaster.
Those are all deep fried. I think. So
that's what I'm talking about.
I think it's a different type of dough in an actual mini donut you get at the state fair.
You might not be wrong.
Because I'm telling you, when you bite into it, there's nothing in it.
Okay, have you ever
had
like
a French fry?
Have you ever had a Reese's
It's like a French
egg?
fry, dude. Like a McDonald's French fry. How there's really not much in the middle,
right?
And it like crispens on the outside.
Yeah, it's all crisp.
That's like what a mini donut is. But a regular donut, That
Yeah,
shit is
but French
there.
fries are okay. Let me tell you
God
this.
damn it, Jamies, look this up.
Let me tell you this. Okay, you're eating French fries, right? Most of your surface area to French area in the middle is very high. You got a lot of surface. You got a lot of crispiness. Okay. Now you're talking about a mini donut. What would happen if you just took a whole potato, peeled it, and put it in the deep fryer and ate it like a French fry? It's gonna taste like shit.
All right, we have to put this to bed. Here's the deal: we need a baker to come on the podcast now
No, the only
and
answer.
settle this. I
only
want,
answer
I
I'm
want,
gonna
I
accept-
want, I want a baker to come on the podcast and break this down, what everything is and why we're so addicted to it.
Yeah.
Because
I also want to eat an entire potato. That's
you
been
mentioned a
deep fried.
cupcake, all that other shit. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I got a heavy sweet tooth. Don't get me wrong, but the sucker is the mini donuts, man.
Yeah.
Like, I smell mini donuts, and it doesn't matter whether I'm hungry, whether I can, whether I should. We're getting mini donuts. It's happening.
They get
Number
you like
2
that.
on that list is cheese curds.
Oh, cheese curds.
Deep
Yeah,
fried
that-
cheese curds.
So
Those
I-
are keto friendly for you, though. So that's
Yes and no. Mostly no, because the deep fried outside is carby, and then it's fatty. And what you don't want to do is mix fats with carbs. So if you're gonna have
Right,
carbs,
right.
you can do that. Just try not to mix it with your fats because it creates an insulin spike and it shuttles the fats into your cells. So you tend to store fats easier.
Right.
I might be wrong. Don't.
No, that's right.
Look it up.
Yeah, because your body can't burn both at the same time. It picks one or the other, and it'll always burn carbs last. Carbs and sugars last. It'll store carbs and sugars and burn those. It'll store those as fat. It'll want to burn the other shit first.
Perhaps.
I think
I don't remember. All I know is cheese curds are the devil for keto, but they're a damn good devil.
Gotcha.
They're so good.
But
Well,
cheese isn't.
the cheese is not. No, but cheese will get you because it's high protein. It's higher protein than you think. So it's got fats in it, and the fats are good, but the macros for those will be too high. And then you start getting your liver will actually convert the proteins into carbohydrates and then can either store them or you'll continue to use them as a fuel source instead of fats. The goal of keto is to use your fats to turn into ketones to feed your brain.
Right.
That's what ketosis is. You're producing ketones.
Right.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. No, I studied it for a while. I tried it. It was cool. It helped me with some issues for a little bit. And then I realized, like, I'm a meat and potatoes guy.
It's so
Like,
good.
I need meat and I need fucking potatoes.
So
like,
you just cut the potatoes out and just eat ribeye steaks.
Nah, I can't go carnivore either. I looked into that. Nah. But the bread, it's different because they're both technically carbs. Both technically starches, but the potatoes are vastly different than wheat. Vastly different as far as the effect on my body.
Yeah.
So I can go meat and potatoes all day long and have no problems. I go heavy on pasta and shit like that. I'm done. I'm done.
Are
It
you
fucks me
gluten
up.
insensitive or?
I don't think I am because I can still eat breads, but it does fuck with my gut. And it's not the breads, it's certain mixtures of certain things. I'm actually on a really good run right now. I haven't had any issues in a couple of weeks now. It's fucking glorious.
Awesome.
Love it.
Awesome.
But I'm definitely not gluten intolerant. Got tested for that.
So
definitely not lactose. Got tested for that.
Dude, did I say gluten insensitive?
Yeah, I
That's
think
like
so.
that's like saying hot water heater, but worse. But worse because it's even wronger.
What about fruits? I know that's a
So
big hot
fruits,
debate.
yeah,
Will that fuck you up? Because that's a
fruits-
sugar.
Yeah, fruits will fucking slap you across the face. They are fructose. So fructose breaks
Right.
down even quicker and your body wants to use it. So if you're going to do like a hot workout, bang, yeah, you can eat some fruits. But fructose for keto, it's just, you just need to eat a very small amount. And you have to monitor how many carbs you're taking in order to make sure you don't kick yourself out of ketosis, or if you do kick yourself out of ketosis, that you try to do a certain amount of working out, like playing video games on a spin bike, in order to get back into keto.
At SweatyPedals.twitch.tv.
If you need some inspiration,
Twitch.tv/SweatyPedals.
Twitch shop.sweatypedals/TVs. Dude, I should sell TVs, man.
You should. You gotta start a clothing line. That's what you gotta do.
Dude, I am. So there's a saying in the biz, you know what I mean? Which is everyone says you're goated, like you're the GOAT, you're the greatest of all time. I know that crosses industries. I've heard a lot of people say on Rogan and stuff like that, greatest of all time. But everybody's saying Pog, which I will not divulge. If you don't know what Pog means, that's your fault, not mine. Everyone's saying Pog and goated, and so like I tell people when they come in, they're like, "Dude, you're totally goated," and I'm like, "You are goatily toted." So I'm gonna make a shirt that says "goatily toted." There's just a lot of demand for goatily toted. But speaking of Unkle Daddy, you can go to unkledaddy.com. We are working on new merch. We're getting some new Skip koozies, some new Hams shirts, Hams style. I don't even think I should say that. We're not. It has nothing to do with Hams beer. We're getting shirts that were not even close to designed after their logos.
Next time you come on, I'll make sure I remember it correctly. That's why I'm not going to try to tell it now. But there's a local band back in the day called Devil Inside, and their logo and the way they did it on their T-shirt, they got sued by Intel for the Intel Pentium inside. For the Pentium 3 processors.
Really?
Like, the whole it was real. Like they actually got sued and like.
So is it like a cease and desist? Like, hey, don't sell them, or is it you owe me?
Let me get
$30,000?
the scoop. I'll tell you the full story next time.
All right.
I'll even try to get a picture of it so I can show people. But yeah, you plugged your website for Unkle Daddy. Twitch.tv/SweatyPedals. SweatyPedals.
Pedals with a D.
I believe I did a good job of putting all the links in the description. Thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you hit subscribe. You can hit up my Patreon as well. We are doing the 420 special. If you want to watch it live, it's $2. You do not have to pay to watch it though. If you want to watch it for free, just come here and watch it on 420 at 420. But if you want to interact and comment and shit like this, it's $2 for that, because we have to pre-record it on Saturday the 17th. We're gonna have a flyer, and I call them flyers because that's how old I am. We made flyers for shows, so that's
pamphlets.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm bringing it back. It's a flyer. We're making fucking flyers.
Hell yeah.
Call them digital flyers, whatever the fuck you want. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yo, peace.
You got to come back. You got to
Much
do
love.
this again. This was a blast,
dude, hell yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for the mics, dude. Now that I know. It's gonna take.
Oh, you're not keeping them.
No, I know. I know, but like now I know that I can do this, but it's gonna be real work.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm trying to remember how I mute this fucking thing.